And like we cut around it, but Dave was like, "This is the least funny thing I've ever heard in my entire life."
He doesn't like funny.
He's like, "You are one of the least funny people I've ever met."
Today's episode of KFC Radio is brought to you by Jackpocket.
Jackpocket.
Easier than ever to download and get your lottery tickets. You just download the Jackpocket app right on your phone, and you open it up, and you pick your numbers, and you buy your ticket, and that's it. You get a guaranteed ticket. You don't have to go to the gas station or the bodega or go out there. We are officially up over $400 million for Powerball. Also, right now, I just got a free credit giveaway, which is it's $250 in credits if I win. So I'm going to activate that one for sure. And so I'm going to enter in this one now. October. There's four winners for October. You get $250 in credits. So I'm going to do that. Done. I just entered that. I don't know. That's crazy. That was super fucking easy. And look at this. They also have Jets giveaways. And we can get our tickets. So, Pabs, you picked the numbers last time?
Yep.
You fucking failed.
Nice.
You did not win the lottery. Jack, you failed last time. Feidelberg, you are up.
Bang.
Five numbers between 1 and 69.
22.
Any reason?
That's what I used to wear.
Okay.
10.
Any reason?
What I wore when I was younger.
Okay.
7.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a girlfriend wore. I don't know why that one came up.
7.
45. Pedro. 12. Brady.
45 Pedro, 12 Brady. That's a lot of winners. Now, Powerball number 1 to 26.
Can I go 22 again?
Sure. I feel like maybe that should be Brady.
Okay.
12.
All right. Put that 12, and we'll put 42 PJ Stock.
Okay. I think that's going to win $408 million. I think that's going to do it. Add to cart, click checkout, place order, done. That's it. We are now in the running for $400 million.
That's going to win something. That's going to win something.
Yeah, that'll at least win, my money back or $100 or $1,000 or something like that. And if not, you're a failure too. They got all the other games. Mega Millions is still, the jackpot is pending. We don't know yet. We got $2 million, $500,000, $50,000 for the Take 5. Every which way you can get it, and it's all available right on your Jackpocket. And new customers right now can use code KFC, and you get your first ticket for free. So you pick your numbers. You can do auto pick. You enter KFC. You don't even have to pay the $2 to get in, and it's all free. So download Jackpocket today. Use code KFC, America's #1 lottery app, and the official partner of Barstool Sports.
Oh God.
What?
I'm an idiot. We could talk about it on the show.
I'm an idiot?
This is not an ideological statement. How we doing?
Wait, what did you expect?
Are we going?
Yeah, we're going.
Okay. Well, I mean, in this day and age of anti-Semitism, I can't be. What am I going to wear this around town? I have to hide in plain sight. I've been doing a Dominican thing these days.
Kind of playing that role.
It's not safe to be a Jew anymore.
Am I going to walk around in a Mets?
Yeah,
What, this is like a yarmulke.
It really is. It's so funny,
It's
man.
like every single
Mets and Jews are like
every single comic is Mets except for Larry. Every single, which I love too. Larry's a Yanks fan.
Yeah.
But everyone else.
Yeah, it's very.
It's the team of the Jews and the redheads and the Puerto Ricans.
It's like Long Island Jews, Puerto Ricans. Yeah, you get a lot of that. Did you ever see
Holocaust.
Have you ever seen the clip of? This is probably like 10 years ago now, when it was like there was like a Jewish like convention almost at Citi Field. No. And it was like either Orthodox or Hasidic, so they had the whole getups on, and they like filled like the lower bowl at Citi Field, and I was like, is this some sort of joke? Like, what's going on here? It was crazy.
It's the team of pain. It's my local team. The Mets are my local team. I just wear this out of respect for the hip hop community. I'm a Dodger fan. Actually, in reality, I'm sorry about yesterday.
You're a Dodger fan.
You're a Met fan.
Wait, yes. You're a Dodger fan whose local team is the Mets, but you're wearing a Yankee hat out of respect
I forgot it was like
for Hov,
that they were
for
playing
Jay-Z,
today.
put up your dynasty.
I forgot they were playing today. No, honestly, I had bad hair, and it was the only fitted. It's just sometimes when you have your hair looks bad. You know when you shower before bed, and then it's just like crazy.
Yeah.
And then you like kind of like don't have time. Whatever. I'm a diva. How you
Do you
doing?
think is it the Mets? They've always been that way, or is
The
Steve
Jews?
Cohen helped it?
No,
No.
they've always been
No?
that way. They've always
It's not
been that
because
way.
it's Steve Cohen.
No, the Jews
Well,
have
you,
been...
you had a
Seinfeld.
grandfather who's like, and then when the Dodgers left,
Brooklyn.
I didn't leave my room for 4 years.
Yeah. It's Brooklyn is
It's
what it is.
Brooklyn.
It's Brooklyn and...
They're the
and
colors of Brooklyn and the Giants.
Yeah. So whenever any like really old people I know are like, you know, they left like, well, so I know some diehards who are like, I am a Brooklyn Dodgers fan. Like
Yeah.
I did not pick up the Mets and I don't like the LA Dodgers. Like, and they're just like hardcore old Jewish men. Like, I'm still a Brooklyn Dodgers fan. I'm like, it's been 70 years.
Yeah, I just imagine the games in my brain. Yeah.
Well, I asked about Steve Cohen because I'm a Patriots fan, and we kind of get it a bit with the Crafts. We're like,
It's true.
like,
Because Edelman like became like the ambassador of
He did.
Israel.
Yo, he was basically like a diplomat, bro. He was like working for the country. Who was that? There was somebody.
Deshaun Jackson fucked
Yes.
up. Yeah.
Yes.
And he did
was
it
like, I want to
also-
sit down and have like a long conversation
What's
with you,
his
bro.
name? Myers Leonard was like on Call of Duty Live, like streaming,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
said the K.
yeah.
And then Edelman's like, "Hey man, that's not cool." And I'm like, "Come on, dude.
Like we had
You're doing this
Alex,
for Bob."
we had Alex Van Pelt, who's our offensive coordinator, who sucks, yesterday on the sideline wearing like a Stop Jewish Hate thing, and I was like, dude, you're
That's
just doing that because your
embarrassing.
job is in jeopardy right now.
That's embarrassing. I mean, that's what every professional sport is that like your team wins, you see like your Dominican guys going crazy, and then they just give the trophy to the gargoyle Jew. That's what
like,
sports are.
5 feet
They're like,
shorter.
"We did
This
this."
is for the city. I'm bringing this home for the city in New York.
Well, I was saying that the other day with sports, because like now, particularly with football in particular, we're like, you know, Mahomes, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels,
All Jews.
and you're starting to be like, damn it, like the white quarterback used to be like our only thing we brought to the table. And
Yeah, now
like,
there's a white DB again.
Cooper DeJean.
First, no, not him. The
It's
other
good.
one. No.
That-
First
that's like-
interception by a white guy in 22 years.
That feels like Wakanda for us. Yeah. That's representation.
I do love. Who was the other one though? What's his name? I
It
don't
was
even know
Jason Sehorn.
Jason Sehorn. I
was
had
the
a
last
Jason
one.
Sehorn
He was
jersey.
the goat white.
Yeah, he
And
was
you're a
the
Pats
goat one.
fan.
I was a Pat like
But you support white people more?
as a kid. I used to come to one Giants game a year. My grandfather was a Giants fan, and I don't know why. Sehorn was just a cool dude. Like
Yeah,
It's
he's
so
gangster. Yeah,
cool.
Jesse Harmon? No, something Harmon?
I forget. He had like a
Angie
hot
Harmon.
wife.
Angie
He
Harmon.
was
she
like
was from SVU. Or,
Yeah.
Law and Order.
That's
she was hot as
so
shit.
sick.
And I just remember the story. I remember about him. His wedding ring clasped on and off because his fingers were so mangled.
Yeah.
He couldn't slide it on. It had to clip on.
It's so football. It's so sick that Eli got your bitch asses twice.
Yeah.
That is my favorite thing.
It honestly, like
Him
now,
of all people.
I'm kind of happy about it.
Well, because Peyton did it. Because it's better than Peyton.
It's better than Peyton.
I
yeah.
like that it's better than Peyton.
It's funny. Like it's funny.
It's
like,
funny.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
You were able to go on to win enough more that you can laugh about that. If it like ended with that shit,
Yeah,
that would
okay.
be a whole different story.
It, Like I would obviously I would really like to have the undefeated season, but like looking back on it, where it's like two of all 3 losses were to either Eli Manning or Nick Foles. Like,
Right,
what the
right.
fuck
The
happened
fucking
those
bum.
3
Gentleman
years?
of the game.
Speaking of the Jews,
Oh, no.
when me and Feidelberg first like linked up, I just automatically assumed Feidelberg he was a Jewish guy.
Yeah. What? No.
No,
I mean, like in the lineage. that's
the interview. We're done.
Honest
That's
to
all I
God,
needed. That was so
that's the
fucking
same.
funny.
Your name.
That's the same face Dave gives me, where Dave's like, "You're lying." I'm like, "Well, I'm not lying." Like,
At the very beginning of Barstool, it was very
What?
it was very like flipped. It was like
My name is Malcolm X. What are you talking about? Feidelberg.
There is Judaism in my family tree. I think it was like in the 1800s or something like that.
See the nose,
You have to change it.
Like I have to convert.
Honestly, like, okay.
No,
I'm
well,
wearing
you
this
got to
hat.
convert or change the name.
I'm wearing this hat
Yeah.
because I watched the clincher at a standings in the East Village with my friend who's a huge Met fan, and he's being deferential to these fucking cocksuckers. I mean, like, Yankees fans are supposed to be assholes.
Yeah.
And it was a church service.
I don't get
They
what
have
the new
no
generation Yankee fans
soul.
suck, dude.
Right? So, like,
Yeah.
I'll wear this right now because, like, it means nothing. Right?
I like this.
Okay?
I like this thing.
They're going to be guys watching that are like, take it off. Take it off. You can keep Feidelberg, but in this day and age.
It's disrespectful.
My culture's not your costume, dude.
Well, I've told this story a million times, but like I was a victim of multiple hate crimes, and I just didn't even know why they were doing it to me.
What an idiot.
Like
The dumbest guy.
Like I was.
Well,
I didn't.
if you don't know you're Jewish,
I grew up in like
Or if
a
you-
Massachusetts
if you-
suburb. I didn't know any Jewish people, and I went to hockey camp once in Providence, Rhode Island. And kids would like try and torment me by sliding under my
You had no idea.
my dorm room door. They drew swastikas on paper and they'd slide it under
And
the
you're
door.
like, yeah, it's a great shape. I know.
I just
I
step
love
over the
it
pile in the
too.
morning. I just like walk back to be like, this guy's impenetrable. We can't get him at all. And then my freshman year of college, they drew swastikas all over my door. And that time I had a better idea.
You
I was
just
like,
put
they're
that
fucking with me here.
together? Have you had an IQ test?
Have I had IQ?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't
Imagine
think
it's like
great.
165. It comes back with Star of David. You find out.
Yeah, I mean, when I signed him up, I said you have to the only rule, like if you want to. So it started New York and Boston, and Dave is the Jewish guy from Boston, and I'm the
Don't get me started.
and I'm the the Irish guy from New York. So it's like we switched, it should be the other way around. And so there was always kind of this early on. There was this thing about like what's better, like Christmas or Hanukkah. We used to like bust each other's balls about that. And it was it was all Jewish guys. I was the only Gentile at the time. And then when he started as an intern, I said like, yeah, you can come work in New York, but the only rule is you have to use your last name because like that's part of like the shtick right now.
Dave
And
said
he was like I'll do my name, but I'm not Jewish. And I was like, what? What? But I don't know. Then you see him.
Wait, come on. You can't be. Well, you don't care, but like, you can't be like we control the media. That Barstool is like part of the conspiracy. When I had Dave on the show, he was like he didn't want to talk about it.
About being Jewish?
Yeah, he hated it.
Really?
Yeah. He was like, I watched Seinfeld. That's enough.
I always
I
said
kept
that
pushing him on it.
I think the Jews need like a pope.
No.
He would be the Jew pope. You make Dave Portnoy
We
like
need to
the
keep our
guy.
heads down right now. We need to shut up right now. Everyone's mom is
Stay
calling
low.
them, and they think that because like they're like 110-pound girls at Columbia, like with Palestine flags. They're like, "Are you okay?" They're like treating like New York like it's Mad Max right now. I was like, "What are you talking about? It's New York. It's the actual Jewish state. It's
like the
this is
safest
the
place to
real
be."
Israel."
Yeah.
They're like, "I
There's
saw
more people here, right? Than
What?
More Jewish people here? Or no?
Then Israel?
Yeah.
No, that's like the Poland. That's the Chicago, Warsaw thing,
Okay.
where there are more Polacks in
I thought-
Chicago or something. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, but Barstool is trying to change that.
Wait, Dave wouldn't. Dave was always.
I was like, does it make you happy, Edelman? Like, we got one.
he doesn't really
And
care
he's
about
on
that.
your squad, and he's like, why would I care? I was like, okay. I was like, I'm not trying to push you on that.
He flips the switch every now and then though, right? I feel like he's pretty like that. Like I don't care. I don't think about it like that. But then every now and then he'll flip. The
He's
switch
more
and
Jewish
send
now
out a
than he
tweet.
ever used to be.
Yes, he's slowly getting more and more Jewish.
I see him at the meetings, I guess. He's still at the meetings.
He's like, what is it? The in Oh Hello, when Nick Kroll and Mulaney come out and they're like, because Dave's getting older, and they're like, we are neither Jewish nor a woman, but like, all old men, somehow we are both.
That's kind of like I'm 37. I look young, but like I will wake up one day and become just the ugliest woman. Like I just will become. I will wake up one day and be Fran Lebowitz. Like just look like shit.
Is that something you think about? Like,
yeah,
the day is coming.
I'm not gonna age gracefully into this. I'm not gonna look like this forever. It's gonna become old woman, and it'll be sudden. And it'll be like depressing. I consider going to Turkey and like getting extensive plastic surgery.
Yep.
I'll come back and look like a freak to stay young. Oh god.
Like, do you think about that with your relationships? Or you're like, I gotta fucking lock this down before clock strikes midnight?
I don't know why.
Yeah, you're gonna turn into a pumpkin, bro.
I don't know why any woman would. I say it to my girlfriend all the time.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
She's the nicest lady in the world. I mean, she's not. I mean, she's a girl still.
Lady. Thanks, lady.
She's a girl still. She's gonna be mad at me about like a dream she had where I did something, and then in the morning she's mad about it. And,
Dude, I
and
had that happen
then I'm in
once.
trouble because of a dream, and then I'm like, I wasn't even there. She's
I
still
always
a
thought that
girl.
was like a movie thing, and I remember like one time, it was probably a couple years ago, I had like a girl wake up in the morning, roll over, and she's like, "You were such an asshole in my dream last night," and I was like, "All right, like that's funny."
They all
And
do.
she's
it.
like, "No, but it comes from something, right?"
real.
It's like,
It makes no sense. It makes no
So
sense.
annoying.
And then you can't be self-righteous about it, you know? Like, because then you become one of those dads that's like, I've worked my ass off to put food on this table. You just like see yourself becoming that. So you have to be like, yeah, I'm sorry about it. What I definitely did that for real. Yeah. I was rude in a dream.
do you have dreams?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
never have dreams. I thought I'd like.
Because you smoke pot?
Yes, but also like I didn't like even when I didn't smoke so much pot, I didn't have dreams.
When I was a blazer, I didn't have dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
I think mine's as simple as sleep apnea.
Is it?
Like I think I just don't
John's
sleep.
not actually sleeping. He's just laying with his eyes closed while he fucking chokes
And you
to
could
death.
die.
Yeah.
You will die in your
God
sleep. one
willing,
day.
yeah.
You will die in your sleep.
Isn't that
is
the
a fact.
nice way to die? Not that way though.
Not
It's
well,
unnecessary.
like.
Do you have to have the Bane mask?
I'm sure I should, but I don't.
Absolutely, he should. Like
Yeah, but you
everyone else
can't,
thinks
like, tell a girl
dying
that-
in their sleep, just like I just peacefully went out. John will be like choking to death. That's
I
how
get
it'll
like
happen.
a Instagram ad for like Rogan talking about how he dealt with it.
Oh, like the
It's like a mouth guard.
guard stuff.
It's not as bad as like it's like bubbling. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I feel bad from you like hook up with a girl and then you like have to like put on your apparatus.
Wrap it in.
It's not a cool look.
It's not like
It's the vaping of sleeping, right? It's like embarrassing.
it's kind of like it's like being a kid when your mom was like, "You need a coat or you need your helmet," and like I'd rather die
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
have that. And I'm kind of like that with
Well,
sleep
you
apnea
probably
now.
will.
Yeah.
You probably will die.
Like, you're gonna put a bike helmet on? Absolutely not.
I've been getting really into like Francessa clips again.
Oh, yeah?
recently. Yeah.
Again, so were you like a
Well,
Mongo
because,
back
like,
in the
what-
day?
Well, no, because I'm not from this area. I'm from Las Vegas.
Oh,
I was
wow,
born
okay.
in LA,
Got it.
so like that's why I'm a Dodger fan
Got it.
and like a Laker fan.
Fucking, can you just take the Yankee hat off, man? It's
It
fucking
sucks.
annoying,
I feel
dude.
bad actually. It is obnoxious,
Yeah.
but they are so nothing. If they were like
crazy how-
assholes,
I know.
it would. They're
They,
not
they lost
mean
their
anymore.
edge totally. Yeah. there
no-
was a lot of
They have no soul, like personality.
none. And they used
It's
to, and
boring.
it was an obnoxious one, but it was one. You
But
know,
it was just like still like Jeet backed up that throw and he was out of position. Like how did he know it had to be magic? You know,
Mm-hmm.
like there was still a magic about them.
no, now there's nothing, and their fans are like trying to be the like the cocky Yankee fan, but they don't. They've only had
They don't have
maybe
shit.
one. Like if you were old enough to remember in 2009, a lot of these kids around here are not like old enough, so they're like trying to be that guy, but you know that they can't and they can't back it up. So
They
it's
don't
like
have shit, dude.
no. And then
I asked them what their favorite player was. They said Jazz. I was like, that's trade deadline. I was like, he's
just
not your
got
guy.
him. Yeah.
You just got him. You've
Yeah.
been waiting for one cool guy.
right. And they're like, this year they did this. We're like happy for the Mets thing, and it was like, the fuck out
Shut
of
up.
here. I don't want any
Shut
of that.
up.
Get the fuck out, man.
No, you're supposed to be like cool.
At each other's fucking throats.
You're supposed to be cheating on your wife. Yankees fans probably don't cheat anymore. They probably don't have 2 families anymore. What is it?
No, it should be like, we are the best. You are like Tommy Smokes, who's another. He's not a Jewish guy, but absolutely is at heart. He's an Italian man who is just like, you are the most Jewish Italian guy ever. He calls us sewer rats. Like we're supposed to be like the this shitty fucking crappy fan base, and they're like the big bad Yankees, but it's just not there anymore.
No, it's supposed to be like a reminder that you die one day, right?
the Yankees fans?
The Mets. It's that any time you have any I support this soccer team, Arsenal.
Yeah.
And I started supporting them the year after they won anything. And it's just it's the hope that kills you.
Yeah.
And
Hope is the worst thing.
That's the beautiful thing about being a sports fan.
Ugh.
If you're a Yankee fan,
but it's like
what did you guys ever have? You had 86?
Yeah. I was 1, so it's like
You didn't have shit.
And then
You've had pain your whole life, and it's
my
made
generation is
it's
the
made
worst.
you a better person.
I
I'm
know
telling
they
you.
say that. I know.
I'm telling you.
I know, but then I used to say, when it does finally happen, it'll be that much sweeter. But then 30 fucking years went by, and I was like, this is never gonna happen. But then I'll tell you this much: getting even just this little taste of this, I was like, this is awesome. This is fucking awesome. So I can't even imagine. And that was winning a fake playoff series, and then the DS. Like, if they can make it back to the World Series, and because even when it happened,
They're
like,
not gonna.
I don't know. No.
After last night, they're not gonna.
It's.
I was half amazing.
I'm just trying to score a run at this point.
Yeah.
This
I was
Dodger
with Met fans last night, and they were like, "Well, it can't be 9-0." So I was like, so if it's 8-0, that's the dub for you boys. It's so Metsy, But it's just this year.
Game 1.
There's something so special about it because it's like encapsulate the entire experience, right? So it's like Hawk Tua threw out a first pitch.
Hell yeah.
And New York sports radio was like the mic clip for Hawk Tua. Did you hear that one?
Oh, of course.
He's like, they get this girl who she's famous for what is it? A sleazy answer. Just the way there's something about Mike that Mike the Mad Dog invented the whole
genre.
All of this
everything.
is from that, right?
Yeah.
Which is the concept of 2 guys having an intellectual debate about sports.
It's amazing.
Which is the dumbest thing in the entire world. It doesn't matter, right? But we all engage in it, right?
Oh,
and we take it so seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And they were the first guys to be doing that.
Yep.
And now we have first take everything. That's the genesis.
They built the whole fucking empire, man.
There's a really good mic clip. Can we pull stuff up?
Yeah.
There's a mic clip talking about the World Baseball Classic. Have you heard this one? It's the one where the guy keeps going, Michael.
Oh, yeah. Michael. Don't call me Michael. You call me Michael.
Why are you calling me Michael?
Michael. But Michael.
It's the World Baseball Classic. Why won't Syndergaard pitch for America? And he's like, I want to watch it. Yeah.
There's
It's
so many
really
good ones,
hard
man.
to find.
The best one.
I have it on.
Yeah, no, the one
Is
where,
it this one? Yes.
Stop. Where he
It's
says,
where he
stop
keeps
calling
calling-
me Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the best. This is one of the all-time greats.
I'm surprised that Noah Syndergaard got a pass for turning down pitching for the USA. I mean, this is close to the baseball Olympics as we have, and as
The face is so good.
Most of the games, how big of a deal is that for
What, the WBC?
Yes.
I wouldn't watch it if it was in my backyard. There's nothing patriotic about
so
it.
mad.
There's nothing real about it. Nothing. That is a made-up marketing event.
I understand that. But
There's
it's
not
about
any.
business and money. You know
It's
that.
not about. There's nothing about this. This is not a real event. There's no history to it. There's no anything to it. It is a bogus
For
event.
America.
Jeez, Michael. I
So
mean,
why? So the answer is 0. The team probably patted him on the back for not playing in it.
no, Michael.
You think how many were the Yankees for having Didi playing it? You think they were happy he played it?
Michael. I'm just,
So come on, that event is a joke.
Michael.
First of all, nobody watches it. Nobody watches it.
Michael.
How many times are you going to say Michael? But nobody watches it. Nobody. Go look at the ratings. Nobody watched it.
No.
Nobody watched it.
But it's patriotic kind of thing.
How is it patriotic? You were playing against a bunch of Americans.
Michael.
Wait a second. What team were you excited about?
Michael.
What team were you excited about?
What it was, Mike.
What team were you excited about?
What team?
Yeah, what?
Who else gonna lose?
Who were you playing against in the final?
Michael.
What team were you playing against in the final?
Michael.
Don't say Michael again. I'm hanging up on you. Don't say it again. What team did you play in the final?
Michael.
I warned you. I don't know who you played in the final. That's how thrilled you were at that event. You didn't even know who they played against. They played against a bunch of American players. That's who they played against in the final. And if my player got hurt in that event, I'd be furious. Just like the Yankees were when Didi got hurt. And now the Mets have a pitcher who
He's
pitched
so
in it and is
passionate about the most meaningless thing in the world.
The
That's
one
nonsense.
my
And you know what?
favorite
It shouldn't
Francessa clip is
happen
when
again.
the guy calls him and he's like, "What do you think about Stan Lee dying?"
That one's amazing.
I don't care.
Now we're gonna go on a run. My favorite is the Giants one. Yeah. You know the Giants one, right?
I don't know if I know the Giants one.
Pull up the Giants clip where they ask about the San Francisco Giants and the New York Giants. Because when you get him and he takes it seriously, that's really, I mean, the voices too. Wait, pause it real quick. Every caller is on leave for police brutality. Every WFAN, okay, go back.
How the San Francisco Giants were once the New York Giants. Has there ever been either a franchise to franchise or maybe even player to player get together when San Francisco comes to New York? Like, do they ever say hi, maybe, I don't know, go out to dinner or something?
I don't know what are you talking about?
Is there ever any interaction when the San Francisco Giants come to New York or vice versa?
The San Francisco Giants come to New York and do what?
Have a game,
They play against the Mets, and what do you want to happen now?
Do the New York Giants ever reach out to them, either the players or the franchises?
The football Giants?
Yeah, the football Giants.
Well, what is the connection between the San Francisco Giants and the football Giants?
Well, they used to be in New York, and they got the same name.
But they have nothing to do with each other, though. There's no connection. They have different ownership. There's no connection between the two teams. I mean, there's no connection in any way between the two teams. They have no relationship.
So seriously.
Bro, 6
Do you think
hours
because
a day
the Giants are like brothers or
30
something?
years.
I'm proud of Mike, though. He riffs at the end of this. He does a riff. Yeah.
That is true. It's a July weekend.
Oh, go earlier? It's a little earlier. He's doing comedy now.
The giant relay race and the giant raffle. And then they all get together for the giant breakfast the next morning, and then they go their separate ways. That is true. It's a July weekend every year when it happens.
Wait, no, then he tags
And then
it.
the Rangers in Texas and the New York Rangers have the same thing. They meet usually in Abilene and have that in August every year. Lundqvist is particularly close to Yu Darvish. As a matter of fact, there's a kinship there between the two of them.
He's the best. He's the all-time great.
Did you
listen to him growing up?
No. I didn't have it. I listened to Howard Stern,
of course,
because it was in syndication.
Yeah,
but that's what I got of New York. But when I
these
moved
two
here,
were
I became
unreal.
a car guy. I'm a car guy in New York, which is a very obnoxious look.
A car guy in New York?
Yeah, I love it.
What are you pushing?
A Volvo.
How often do you drive it?
I didn't drive today because I didn't want to look for parking for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But I love it.
That's every day.
I love it. It is but when I became a car guy, I got a car from my friend's family who were dentists in Great Neck. So it smelled like challah. It was like their station wagon from 2004, and I drove it into the ground. But I just listened to WFAN, and I would try to call in, and the wait time is
hours.
It's 2.5 hours long to just say Giambi to him. To just ask if the Jets should hire Giambi as their offensive coordinator.
It's
just these men are so passionate about ruining this man's life. And his lack of self-awareness he has defeated anything that has come at him. He's impenetrable.
I love his the way he turns people down, like go help an old lady cross the street.
Yeah.
Or like they let out of school early today, I guess, or whatever his little
just
lines are.
The worst comeback. The
Help
worst
an old lady in
comeback.
the crosswalk.
He's the best.
He was like part of, like I listened to him growing up, and then when the whole like internet Mike and the Mad Dog like Mongo thing started, it was like a little cottage industry. There was Francessa Con. We were selling T-shirts. It was like everybody who knows and loves Mike. It was like Fight Club.
My friend went with his dad to Radio City Music Hall to like the reunion with New York sports personalities, Joe Torre.
That was incredible. That was like I was absolutely there. I don't go anywhere, dude. I don't do anything. I bought those tickets like the second they came out. I was like, I am not missing Mike and the Dog at Radio City.
Have you read the New Yorker profile?
Probably.
It's like from like
not.
2003 or something. There is a section of this profile where they hate each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he hates him.
Yeah.
And anytime they go on the road, like the Yankees had a playoff game in like Kansas City or something, and Mike had to make sure that he got a better hotel room than the Dog. It had to be a better hotel, a fancier hotel, more expensive.
Of course.
Right? But through some sort of programming, like scheduling snafu, they were placed, they had to share a hotel room during the day for like 3 hours while they were figuring it out. And the reporter walked in on them sitting on the edge of the bed, like silently watching the Robert Redford film, The Horse Whisperer, which I don't know if you remember. It's like this romance movie. No one remembers this movie, but like they're silently watching it, like with dead faces, like it's Ball, you know, like. And then I think he turns to the Dog. One of them says, he said, "Dog, he did what he had to do." Like it's at the end of the movie, like when like he walks away from the love, like he wants to be with the girl but he can't be with her or something, and he goes, he did the right thing, he did what he had to do. Like,
he's the best. He's incredible, man.
Would you ever have him on the Friedland Show?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, he's in Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
And then someone told me he's the voice. Bad Lieutenant. Look it up.
Bad Lieutenant.
Look up if the not the Werner Herzog one, the other one, the Abel Ferrara Bad Lieutenant. Someone told me this last night.
I don't. Wait, what is Bad Lieutenant? I mean,
Is that Nick Cage?
No, that's the Mike Francesa is not in it. Someone was lying to me.
I think it's Chris Russo. I think it's Dog, not Mike.
It's Dog. But Dog is the
motivation to a heroin smoking Harvey Keitel in Bad Lieutenant.
Wait, Dog is in Bad Lieutenant?
Hang on. Before First Take, Chris Russo gave voice to sports radio and motivation to a heroin smoking Harvey Keitel in Bad Lieutenant.
That's so sick.
So Mad Dog's voice was even the first heard in the 1992 film Bad Lieutenant.
I mean, this movie is like a fucked up. It's about a cop that's just doing blow and just killing people.
So was he in the car and
I
Dog
guess I guess Dog is talking on the radio.
Man, it's so good.
That's so
those guys
sick.
having like the biggest feud of all time. When
the fact that they hate each other.
all they're doing is like taking calls about the Mets bullpen and shit. You know?
Yeah.
And they were making so much money and like were icons in the city, but like wouldn't. I mean, they used to not talk unless it was on the air. They would go to break, no talk.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that is insane.
It's for that.
To then take calls and be like, Andy Pettit is a starting pitcher. So good.
Just to take calls about how the
I could do a whole show. I could do probably like I could do like a 300 episode podcast on just Mike and the dog doing.
Look at that! Look at the way they're touching each other. And wait! Look at this! But full screen that the hatred in that and like the tenderness. Wait, the hatred. That might even be photoshopped.
It really could be.
Mike's teeth.
His teeth are perfect.
The teeth.
His teeth and his hair are unbelievable.
Oh my God! How gently he's touching the shoulders. It's so funny,
dude.
It's so funny.
The greatest Mad Dog moment is the thinking Daredevil was a real story. True story? True story? No, Chris. No, Mad Dog. It's a fucking movie. True story?
They live for nothing. But they present nothing to the world, but it is the best thing in the world. I mean,
his son works here.
Does he?
He got a internship with us last year. So Mike reaches out.
I have to meet him.
And
Does he have the teeth? Where is he?
Mike reaches out.
Bring him in right now.
Was like,
tell him I'm a big fan.
I think he's back in high school.
So here's the problem.
He's back in high school.
So Mike reaches out and he's like, my son is looking for an internship. Can we do that? And of course, I'm like, absolutely, like whatever you want, Mike. And then he
could be Dave's boss. He could do anything he
comes
wants.
in here and he worked with us for the first summer. And he was 16 years old,
child labor.
Like it's one thing if you're talking like Mets and Yankees and shit. Yeah. Some of the subject matter we were covering on this show was like,
unsavory.
There's a 16-year-old boy in the room right now. I was like, oh my fucking God! But now
did he have a good attitude?
Yeah, he was great. He works with Frank the Tank now.
As a 17-year-old.
You've
given him off to Frank.
Hopefully he hit 18. We hope. We hope he gets there.
What a guy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So wait, you're an LA dude, but then
yeah.
And then when did you come out here for comedy?
For comedy.
Yeah.
Like,
how long you been out here?
Just 10 years now. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were a New Yorker.
That's why I got the fitted, dude. I got Tim's and a fitted.
Yeah, dead ass, bro.
Anniversary.
Dead ass for real.
Yeah,
Long guy.
Our great mayor presented me with money. He said, "You brought swagger back to the city." No, you think he's an asshole? I think he's the greatest mayor we've ever had.
He's better than De Blasio. I'll say that much. But
it's the worst job in the world, right?
All of it. I knew it.
It's terrible. A job you win. You try your ass off to win. And then you get booed everywhere you go. No one has ever thought the mayor's doing a good job since like Fiorello LaGuardia. Everyone's like, everywhere you go, you're like, you're a fucking bum. Dude, I was at a Paul Simon concert. I was at Paul Simon's last concert in Corona Park in Queens. It was all 75-year-old Jewish people. And me, just an NPR ass crowd, right? And then De Blasio came out to introduce. This is before COVID. Before like any of the controversies,
yeah.
And everyone was like, "Go fuck yourself!" Like that crowd, you would never expect. They were like a polite, like golf clap crowd, and then like
they fucking hate him.
This guy, he's brought swagger back to our city. What did he actually do?
He stole like $10 million.
Did he? I thought he got plane tickets.
A lot of it was like Turkish Airlines bullshit, but then I think he straight up swiped 10 million.
Whatever.
Which is like, yeah, and kind of like,
it's New York.
At least like, yeah.
What does the mayor of New York make?
I don't know.
$10 million.
Like, is it 200
You
grand?
saw the clip of him talking about, like, could you describe New York in one word?
The best.
He's the best mayor we've ever had. De Blasio, first of all, De Blasio's was German, right? His stepdad was Italian.
Yeah, he just changed his name straight up.
He was a fraud.
He was like you.
He's a Red Sox fan.
He
was a Red Sox fan. With his last name is like Wilhelm. It's like Wilhelm. And he's a Red Sox fan. Wilhelm eats his fucking pizza with a knife and fork. He killed that fucking hedgehog. Remember that? He killed not a hedgehog, a groundhog. He killed the groundhog on fucking Groundhog's Day. Dropped that thing on its head and fucking killed it. He was the worst mayor of all time, man.
We got just a guy that's like so clearly like your mom is like, this is the new boyfriend. Adam's just like, yeah, and he's like, I'm gonna bring swagger back to this family. You're like, you're not my dad, and you know that he's piping her like. You know that he's like you're hearing it through the wall. This guy, this is such like a mom's new boyfriend.
Have you ever seen the compilation of where the New York of
it's the
every
best
country?
They say Istanbul is the New York of Turkey.
Yeah, and it's just there's like 50 in a row of that.
That's awesome.
That is so good.
Yeah,
Just
New
saying
York is the Dublin of America.
He has one speech. That was like the closest.
And then, of course, the gun control thing is unbelievable.
The closest to that was when that guy Herman Cain was running for president.
Yes.
And his stump speech. He was like, "No matter how hard it gets," like he'd like give the speech, and then someone like referenced it, and it was the theme song to the Pokemon movies. Trump killed him. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Trump killed him.
He ended him.
Trump, well, because no. Trump actually, like, he died. He got because during COVID.
Oh,
Trump's like, I'm still gonna do the rallies.
That's right. That's
and then
right.
Herman Cain was
he
like,
actually killed him.
Donald Trump should be your next president, and he died of COVID from the rally.
Like a minute later, right?
And then his official Twitter account kept tweeting like, "I didn't die from COVID.
It wasn't from COVID." Oh
yes,
man,
that was some.
I was
shit
so
right there.
jealous of Trump though. Like when he was like still doing the rallies, everyone was in lockdown because he was like the last comic working. He was just like doing an arena tour and he was crushing, and his guys loved him. And I was like, God, he's having so much fun on the road right now. I have to be sitting here.
We killed Herman Cain.
That's a great, that's an unreal quote to just cop to that.
Trump Savard, we killed Herman Cain. The Pokemon pizza guy. Dude, that's so good. So good.
Have you seen what's going on with Twitter right now with the
I can't look at it. It's too scary these days.
There's like the OnlyFans side of Twitter with this guy who gave everybody herpes.
No.
This dude is named
Gucci
Third Leg Gucci or something like that.
Is that your new last name?
Gucci.
Guys, I changed
Gucci
it.
Third Leg. So this dude, he's got the herp, and he has fucked.
Wow, his
like
fang is huge. That's a
he said he fucked 3,000 women.
That's good.
That is a huge dick. That's a huge dick.
It makes me feel that what am I doing?
And apparently,
what am I doing with my life? I'm just thinking about his penis right now.
Well, now imagine this. Now let me paint the picture even better. This girl apparently made a video with him where she was sucking his dick, and he just like blatantly had an outbreak on his dick.
God.
Apparently, I've not dug in too deep, but she was just giving him head with open sores, and then she fucked, and they call it collabing. They're like, I collabed with this person, I collabed with that person.
A collaboration.
So then, like, every
Jesus
OnlyFans performer over the weekend was like, I fucked him, and then I fucked this person, and I fucked that person. Got all the way up the chain to Sky Bree, and then so Aiden Ross was on his stream being like, I think I might have herpes from Sky Bree because she fucked Gucci Third Leg. And then, oh my God, look at this list, bro. So all of these people are just, this is
all
just
the stars
whole
are
industry
here
of fucking people who just bang on camera for money and like low level.
I would love you to tell. I would love you to show Mike that.
Yeah, I actually can't believe it took this long for
You're telling
the
me-
unregulated fuck industry to get
You're telling me
an outbreak.
Bianca Blues with this guy. He has no class. Slutty Genesis. Slutty. Oh, Sexy Red is a famous rapper.
Is Sexy Red on there? Yeah, I mean,
She's number 6.
yeah. Listen, Gucci Third Leg has been running through.
Wait, so everyone is having sex on the internet?
How about Honey Tsunami? Yeah,
Oh
at this
my
point,
God.
you know,
This is a crime
if
against
you're not
Christ.
fucking on like Gem Jules on there. Yeah, so this was the big Twitter moment of the weekend. Everybody just, But also these.
I'm afraid of Twitter now because they're videos of people getting killed and stuff.
Yeah.
It's murder.
If you watch, you have to stop.
Elon did it. I mean, it is free speech.
And then you fucking.
It is. Free
You
speech.
click on it, and then Elon did free speech, and now it's too scary. Free speech is scary.
Was,
Twitter videos now.
Murder and then fucking. It's just like hardcore fucking.
They're like, it's like the microwave when you cook something in the microwave and you always like stop it with 1 second left. Like that's what you have to do with every Twitter video.
Yeah, before
like,
you get to the very end.
If you get to the end, it's gonna be like, oh fuck, geez, I didn't want to see someone get hit by a bus. That was
this. My favorite was recently. I'm seeing if I can find it because you know how every reply is like a OnlyFans chick now. Like every single person is just a.
Yeah.
And this tweet said, "I'll give you like 1,000 guesses." Let me see if I can just search that. It was just this girl bent over, like huge fat ass, 1,000 guesses. Yes. Okay. Hang on, the internet here sucks.
Why are people having so much sex on? It's.
Oh, got deleted.
We
Fuck.
need to have.
So this was the tweet.
We need to have families.
This
guys.
was the tweet. My backshot videos are on my OF. And
Okay. Yeah.
Then the original tweet was the mayor of a Mexican city. He had been beheaded, and it was just a picture of his head on top of a car.
oh god.
It was the top reply just being like, "Sign up for my OnlyFans." Literally a severed fucking head. Hey, free speech, man. You're right. Elon
Congrats,
did win.
Elon.
You did it.
You made the
got what you
scariest
fucking-
website I've ever seen. I pay a guy to do online for me now.
Smart.
There's a kid. I pay a child to like do Instagram and Twitter for me.
How much you paying this guy?
$100,000 a month. I think it's worth it. I don't know.
His OnlyFans, yeah.
No, I really hate posting stand up. It like gives me
Oh,
like,
that would be tough.
It makes me nauseous.
Yeah.
So I just make this boy who likes Travis Scott and Chrome Hearts. That's what he said. And I was like, it sounds like you know how to do this.
He likes Travis Scott and Chrome.
I was like, so what are you into? He's like, I like Travis Scott and Chrome Hearts. And I was like, that sounds like you know what I'm 37. I can't.
Does he do like, the show accounts too, or is that just
No, that's
just
a different guy. It's a mess. That's a mess. No, he does my stuff. He does all my reels. But then I like went back through the captions that he puts on it. Wait, the captions he puts on that. I checked my Instagram the other day. It's like yeah, he posts clips of like Dave and, like on our show, and it's like Dave, like say what, or like like it sounds like I'm posting this stuff. Yeah. The captions he's putting is like, I don't know, like whatever. I don't. Yeah, it's like
Say what?
yeah, he's like saying that aura points and like he's just doing child stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, man. If you don't
It sounds
keep
like
up
I'm a
with that,
pedophile. Yeah. It sounds like I'm trying to.
yeah. So you gotta.
I
like,
wonder
fit
if Dave's actually seen this beautiful episode we made together.
It's very good. It's a very funny episode.
I would almost guarantee
No.
zero fucking.
Because
chance.
all the other boys around the office loved it.
Yeah. I don't.
He
I don't even
didn't
doubt.
like it at the time.
I
will
don't
say
watch
that.
a lot of Dave's
He was like,
stuff.
he didn't know what was wrong
Have you
with
had
me.
any gay thoughts? I
He
don't
thought
think I
there was
saw this
something.
one.
We all have for like a second. For 1 second, you have a gay thought. I could kill. I do not recall. You're saying
It's just funny.
He's not this guy. Like
He doesn't like
he
that.
can't do
No.
that.
He's
stuff.
not with that gay shit.
He came on. He's like a black guy. He's like a black guy. You
He's
can't
not
make
with
any
it.
of the fucking gay jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
He came on our show one time back, especially early in the beginning. It was always like, "Would you suck a dick or fuck a dick or dick?"
Yeah. Dorm room conversations.
Yes, and he was
Which is like, can we go back to that conversation? Would you suck a penis for $1 million? Like all of us were like, no. It's $1 million.
Bro, no
Can
problem.
we be men?
Yeah.
This intro was very funny too. When I did this bit about like where I was like just telling him about growing up in Boston, and I was just doing every Boston movie, and like we cut around it, but Dave was like, "This is the least funny thing I've ever heard in my entire life."
He doesn't like funny.
He's like,
he does
he's
not-
like, "You are one of the least funny people I've ever met." He was like really mad.
Wait, you cut around that? You should put that out.
I wanted it to flow.
You should put it out as like
I left it. I left in where he was like, "Why are you guys laughing at this?"
Put it out as its own thing now. That
The raw footage was like the Sanford prison experiment. I apologize to my president, who I am writing in this November.
How many of your guests have reactions like that? Like, how many of your guests don't really get it or are?
It's always like when I expect like it's the guy's gonna love it. They always hate it.
Really?
Yeah, like Dave, I thought was gonna love it. Right?
No. Oh, I wish I could have told you from the jump. No fucking way.
I thought Neil deGrasse Tyson was gonna love it, and then he was like, I think I asked a couple questions that like made him feel called out, because kind of a little bit. He was a guy that went to college 40 years ago, and now we think is the smartest man in the world. But he hasn't actually done physics. Like, he's not in a lab. He's just on TV. Right. So a little bit I asked some questions that I think made him like defensive. Because whenever like Neil deGrasse Tyson pops off about anything that's not science, anything that's not like every grain in the of sand on every beach is like less than every planet, so the amount of planets. Right. You know, if ever he's popping off about something like about culture, you're always like, no, that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. But it's like America knows him as America's smart guy. Yeah.
That's what I remember, to go back to Boston sports, when Bill Nye the Science Guy came out and said Deflategate was impossible, balls wouldn't lose any air.
What, Dave was into that?
The whole region.
It was.
They were all like, what's it called?
I mean, he was proved wrong immediately.
The worst guys.
What's the
worst guys.
Ideal gas law, dude. The ideal gas law.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. When I was in Boston, like, I was doing stand up in Boston last time. I was like, this is like a city, but I was like, where are the black people? I was like, where are they? And then they were like, yeah, we keep them in a neighborhood called Jamaica. And I was like, it's a little on the nose. Like,
Jamaica Plains, baby.
You're like, they're in Jamaica right now. And I was like, black people don't live in our Jamaica here.
Dude, it's honestly always kind of a culture shock for me, particularly when I go to sporting events in other cities. And I'm like, damn. There are a lot of black people in this football game.
Yeah,
they're all different types of people. Yeah. See, the South gets like crap for racism, but like they have black people.
Yeah, they've got them all. Yeah.
They're at least like bold enough to be a racist to one. Instead of doing karate to a Vietnamese guy and then becoming half blinding a Vietnamese guy and then starring in the film Boogie Nights.
I'm really excited for his new movie where he just lives out his 9/11 fantasy.
I love Mark.
He's on a hijacked plane, and he like takes
prove it.
Yeah,
prove it, Mark.
You saw Patriots Day, the Boston bombing movie?
I only saw it once. I thought it was fine. I don't really remember it much.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was nothing.
Yeah. People were pissed about it though.
In Boston?
Really?
Oh yeah.
They said it was disrespectful.
Too soon.
They said it was too soon to make the movie of it.
Yeah.
They didn't say it was a good thing that the Tsarnaev brothers. They were like, go Tsarnaev. It's decidedly anti-bombing. Are they going to kill that boy?
I don't think so.
I think he's on death row.
He is, but like everyone's on death row forever.
But he was too cute.
A few more years. Don't worry.
He was too cute to die.
He's on the cover of Rolling Stone, man.
He's a cutie.
He
was a cutie,
man.
And also, he was a stoner. I remember. I was like, clearly, but like in reality, clearly the brother was a bad guy got him involved in some bad stuff.
Yeah, he was just a little stoner from one of my alumni colleges. He went to UMass Dartmouth.
UMass Dartmouth.
I went.
Do you
there
tell people you went to Dartmouth?
I don't know. When I went to a lot of colleges, so I didn't graduate from any. But when people ask, I usually say Florida State. That's where I spent.
What happened? Was it like a Catholic church situation?
It was like
that didn't get anything, but it was funny.
It was a. I just didn't like school.
School sucks.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to GW in DC.
Oh, my buddy went
school. Whack. I graduated a year early because I had AP credits.
Really?
Get out of there.
I used to go there. I'd stay there.
It was like the worst tri-state area, just Nimrods. Yeah, yeah. His name like Ed Hardy was big in those days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were like they all like guys with like new money though.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the guys with their dad's American Express black cards.
Yeah.
Right,
Like
right.
popping bottles at
That's
clubs.
Terrible.
Yeah. Someone told one of the Miami kids were the worst, but like someone told me like I was like, oh, how's your Thanksgiving? And he was like, yeah, we went to this club and we went bottle for bottle with Jay-Z, and I was like, Jay-Z went. He was competing with a 19-year-old boy. Jay-Z was like literally. It's so embarrassing for Jay-Z because he's like every time Hove would get a bottle of Chris, we would, and I'm like. That is humiliating for Jay-Z. He's like, that's so embarrassing for him.
Hove finally sent
the George Washington golf team's beating me right now.
He
We
sent
didn't really have sports. We had basketball.
He had Piers Morgan running, hiding, and apologizing.
For what?
He had Jaguar Wright on his show, who is like a R&B singer. She sung on Jay-Z's Unplugged album, who's just crazy. And she goes on all these interviews and just says that Jay-Z is a pedophile as well, and that he's a rapist, and like he's next. And like she was making her own YouTube videos.
He's
and
like the
saying
gay
it on
guy
these other
that's
shows.
the gay Obama guy.
Yes,
that guy's
yes.
the best guy.
But then she got on to fucking
gay
Piers
Obama
Morgan,
guy.
and right or wrong or better or worse, whatever, he's a massive platform.
Yeah.
So he had to put out like an apology, being like, "We did not know that."
That's how
Jaguar Wright
powerful
was going to
Jay-Z
talk
is.
about that. So our deepest apologies to Jay-Z and Beyonce. But that was kind of the point. Everyone was like, "Yo, if it's not true, how come he's not like suing?" And then he did. He was like sent a quick cease and desist.
To
Like,
Jaguar, right?
yeah.
Thankfully,
nuts,
she's
dude.
on that list of of herpes.
Sexy Red and Jaguar.
The
Wright.
herpes list.
She was like
Schindler's
she is
List.
so hell bent. Now the thing is, everything she said, everything that's come out about Diddy, she was saying on these like crazy YouTube videos like
Oh, so
a while
she's
ago.
right. She's
so
not
people
lying.
are like, well, she was right
I'm
about
gonna
that
get
one.
sued.
It's like
So she's 100% correct.
kinda. Orlando Brown's another one. He just says whatever the fuck he wants. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Jay-Z is next.
Yeah,
Did you see Bow Wow's quote?
No.
Dude, Bow Wow's quote is crazy.
Well, he was definitely part of that whole, right?
Bow Wow said that Diddy.
It's always a
Bow Wow
sign.
says the
Okay.
industry feels Diddy's presence is missing. He says after the BET weekend, there
Okay.
was no parties, no motion, nowhere to go. When Diddy was around, there was always a party and a place to go after an event.
But he was
to get raped, dude.
Okay, it's always a sign. Michael used to do this too, but Michael is not guilty. But everyone else is guilty. But like, whenever you're wearing the same outfit as the
As a
adult,
child.
yeah, no. When the adult gets you the same outfit as him, you are a victim of child rape.
Yes.
Like Michael used to like all them boys that Michael used to hang out with, and nothing happened. They would be the pictures. They'd always be wearing the same outfit. They'd be like wearing the MJ stuff.
Have you ever seen the interviews with him where he just kind of admitted to it and copped to it, and we just as
Michael?
society didn't do it? Yeah, they were
No.
like,
Nah,
It's not real.
yeah, he
What are you
was
talking
like,
about?
they were like, do you think it's okay to have children that are not your own sleep in bed with you? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I think
It's amazing. It's love.
Yeah, he had
and they were like, you can see
No, he had
how
sleepovers.
people would have a problem with this. No, and he goes, I don't think so. It's like he just flat out said it. He goes, sometimes I would sleep on the floor and they would sleep in the bed. I was like, I don't think that's what happened, bro. But it was on like 2020. It was on like one of those
yeah.
big
He said he'd have
fucking-
sleepovers for sure. But Martin Bashir,
Yeah,
everyone remembers this.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
it.
Everyone knows that God sent him to us, and like any other angel, he didn't have any genitalia. He was smooth like a Ken doll. And
turn this up.
he's
This
a
guy-
gift,
this guy's
and then
unbelievable.
we like much like our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, we
But is it really
killed him.
appropriate for a 44-year-old man to share a bedroom with a child who is not related to him at all?
That's a beautiful thing.
That's not a worrying thing.
Why should it be worrying? Who's the criminal? Who's Jack the Ripper in the room?
You, bro.
This is a guy trying to help heal a child. I'm sleeping in a sleeping bag on the floor.
I'm
I
not
can't
hearing
come to
anything
bed
wrong so
because
far.
he gets a named Star. So
I'm a
I'm
big fan.
bed, and I'm on the floor in the sleeping bag.
Did you ever sleep in the bed with them?
No. But I have slept in bed with many children. I sleep in bed with all of them. When Macaulay Culkin were little, Kieran Culkin was sleep on this side. Macaulay Culkin's on this side.
Okay, pause real quick. Okay, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm doing comedy. This is a comedy. I'm doing comedy. I'm a comedian. But like, if he actually was, he would say no.
Yeah.
Right? If he was actually like,
yeah.
If he was actually diddled, he wouldn't like give the evidence that he was in the bed.
Yeah, right.
Right?
But
if he had the gun, right? And it was like like if it was Colonel Mustard with the candlestick, he wouldn't say I had the candlestick.
Yeah. No, you're right about that.
I think he's a man that was obviously abused by his father and a freak. And in a state of perpetual childhood. Yeah. And I don't know. The truth is, on the record, I don't know. But I'm a massive fan of the music he gave us. Is a blessing from God, and sharing the earth with him was one of the honors of my life.
Dude, my college roommate was a lot like you, only maybe a little bit more serious. Where he was like, I think I was in college. I think MJ died probably 07, 08, something like that. I think it was at Florida State at the time, and my roommate was devastated. Like it wasn't even a thing I knew about him. Like we were kind of newish roommates, I guess. Like we started being roommates that year, and I was like, I didn't realize you were like this big a Michael fan. He's like, he's been so persecuted his whole life, and he battled for us. And I was like, dude,
he gave us
what
so
are you
much.
talking about? How did I not know you were like this Michael Jackson freak? When did he die?
He's the best of all time.
09.
Best of all time. Yeah, poor Farrah Fawcett that day. She got overshadowed.
He's the best of all time. Singing, dancing.
It is weird.
Have you heard the demos of Billie Jean?
No, but I like.
Oh no, Beat It. Play the Beat It demos. Like he was a musical. Okay, I'm not deflecting. Okay, okay. This is just him with a tape recorder, just thinking of the song, and he knows it.
Yeah, he
knows every instrument.
But he knows he can't play them, but he like sings them. Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. We got 3 games at Citi Field this week, and I do believe they are a pretty penny, but I think you will get the best price available on Game Time, and I do think it will be worth it if you can get in the building for those games. Because 3 in a row, a little homestand for the NLCS when you split already on the road and you're playing the Dodgers and it's playoff baseball, that place is going to be awesome.
Is it 2-3-2?
Yes.
Yeah?
So they got 3 at home.
I always
Wednesday,
forget
Thursday, Friday. 3 days in a row, no break. You win these 3, you go to the World Series.
You even take 2.
Yeah, man. You take 2 and then you just got to win like 1 more. I mean, it's a huge. I really would like to win the game happening tonight.
Yeah,
I would really like to get that one. But it is a show at Citi Field right now. They're bringing out everybody. The first pitches, we got Doc throwing out to Darryl. No, the other way around. Darryl throwing out to Doc. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
You got Robin Ventura throwing out to Edgardo Alfonso, and then you got Matt Harvey throwing to Cespedes. I think they're getting they're thinking maybe if we make it to another series, potentially there's a series after this that they play for the whole world, you know? And I think I hope they would go David Wright, Mike Piazza, and then Grimace. Bring Grimace back.
Has Keith done it?
Keith did the first one. The first Citi Field. Yeah, it was Keith and Daniel Murphy, and then these 3 big ones for the NLCS. They obviously are. I'm sure they've talked to David Wright, being like, "We want you, but we want to like save you."
Yeah.
But if you did like Piazza, Wright, and then Grimace was Game 5 of the World Series. Grimace comes on the ball. Grimace goes, let's go crazy.
Is that honestly is that where McDonald's might not let it happen because they don't want to like.
McDonald's just put up a big billboard.
Yeah. I saw that.
It said it wasn't luck, it wasn't fate, it was Grimace. I mean, at this point, there should be like a full blown collaboration.
Yeah.
With those,
How is there not a Grimace? How have they not brought back the Grimace shake? It's crazy.
Yeah,
that's nuts, right?
Do like some like a orange and blue Grimace shake mixed with purple or whatever. But if Grimace is in the building, holy. So try to get your tickets for that too. I would be like excited for that. I'd be like, forget about the game. You hear who's throwing at the first pitch? You can go see the Yankees too, I guess. Whether it's sports, music, comedy, Broadway shows, live entertainment of any sort, Game Time is the best way to get these tickets. They even have the Gametime Picks right now, which is GT Picks. You go on the app, you just click the button for GT Picks, and it gives you the most likely best deals and best seats that you want. So there's obviously tons of tickets on the secondary market, but it knows here's the events you want, and here's your price range, and here's the seats you probably want. So it feeds you those ones right away, and you can just boom, click, 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 and you got your tickets. Right now, download the Gametime app and use code KFC to easily score great deals with new Gametime Picks. What time is it?
Gametime.
What do you think of Prince?
Also the bet. I mean, we're all the.
You got to pick a side though.
No, it's not. That's bullshit.
You got to pick a side.
That's Mike and the Mad Dog. That's first take bullshit.
Exactly.
That's first take bullshit. I used to think that as a kid because I liked the Beatles. I was like, no way, like the Rolling Stones suck. And then I got into pussy, and then and I was like, oh, these guys are talking about sex. Yeah, the Beatles are so kind of for kids. Like they're so
childish.
Sexless. And then like I'm like, damn, like these guys are horny like I am. I'm also horny. These guys, there's sex. Wow.
I had that.
It's like puberty.
Was my guy.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Usher.
Usher.
I got in trouble in baseball practice, 5th grade. Coach called us gay. Coach made me run laps and called me gay because I was singing I just wanna take it nice and slow.
I mean, that is super
and
gay.
like we were like
at baseball practice singing nice and slow is super
during
gay.
calisthenics, like me and like a couple, like I just like started it
Like harmonizing on them
because it was like the big song like on the bus. And the coach was like, "What are you, gay?" And I was like, no, I'm in 5th grade.
Yeah, I don't think so.
One of the many times someone's asked that question.
Dude, this weekend at a flag football game, the opposing coach was grabbing kids by the back of their neck and screaming at them. It was the closest I've ever come to like saying something.
Really?
It was 1st and 2nd grade. These kids. Grabbed them by the back of the neck and he was going, "That's unacceptable!" And he would push them to the line of scrimmage. And I was like,
yeah.
And there was a kid playing in a boot with a broken foot. And then one of the dads on our team got ejected for talking shit to the refs. It's like, you are all absolutely so embarrassing. This is fucking insane.
Is your kid's team?
Yeah, well, my kid's on one team.
On the good boys.
Well, I get the dad that got ejected is on my team.
Did they get their asses kicked by the mean coach?
No, that was the thing. I was kind of like, I think
you
we
want to
lost
see
by,
it
like,
play
one
out
score.
on the field.
Yeah.
You're like, if
Get that kid some Toradol.
If the Bob Knight shit is working, then you're like, maybe I need to start beating my son.
Our team like is whatever. We kind of stink, and they beat us by like one score. And at the end of the game, we're all lining up to do like the high fives, and he made them do push-ups. They're in 1st fucking grade. It was like lunacy. I was looking around going like, is anybody gonna do anything about it? We're just gonna let this fucking happen?
Are you gonna be a kind of dad? Like I always remember, like a lot of dads, I think would be like, "Don't listen to coach, listen to me." My dad was like, "Listen to the fucking coach."
Well, if I gotta see what the coaches are.
Yeah.
I was just getting extra yelled at on the car. But I had to quit because of puberty.
Well, you
like freshman. Because my parents aren't from America, so they put me in baseball because they thought it was like American.
Yeah.
Also, my dad like learned American sports like in the 80s in LA, like to share something with me. And my dad was at the Gibson game, and like like the Dodgers was like my first.
Yeah.
And then the fucking trash can thing kind of just, I was like, nothing is real. It kind of ruined baseball for me, straight up.
Really?
It ruined baseball.
The Astros.
The fucking Astros series ruined baseball for me. Yeah. Because it was so
getting Shohei didn't bring you back.
It was so emotionally draining. It was so emotionally draining. It was so but like it's just cursed, dude. It's cursed. Like this guy he's my favorite player of all time. I remember I watched I think his first start. I remember it was a scratch against the Diamondbacks, and both starters got scratched. We called up Kirsch from AAA, and Max Scherzer was like the other like no-name rookie, right? Which like in retrospect, crazy.
Yeah,
right.
There's actually, I think there's a clip of like Vin Scully calling that. I used to like Vin Scully, voice of my youth. Him and Chick Hearn, the old Lakers guy. But like I cared so much, and we were just like, there was the fucking trash can, and then there was the bubble win, and it just didn't feel like anything.
Yeah. No, it's
And
fake.
I was like,
that one's fake.
it's not real.
Not real.
The bubble in NBA counts. Also, the other thing with the Lakers is Bron's kind of ruined it for me too.
Really?
He's just never gonna be my guy. He is the best basketball player of all time. It's stupid to even get into it.
Yeah.
But like,
Are you a Kobe guy?
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Laker fan.
Kobe's got the best PR all time.
Oh, God. Those people should just. So those people should be given. They should have just retired on top. Like, I've never taken another case. This is a masterpiece.
I mean, like, yeah, I think really, and it felt the same way that the Tuck game felt when I was a little kid, because I'm a Raider fan, and it was just like, I remember I cried. When you cheat. It wasn't fair. It wasn't fair.
It wasn't. I mean,
We were
by the
in
run
the
of
elements.
rules, it was a fumble
It's
of a
just
non-fumble.
bullshit.
But.
It's just like, do you want to see guys dunk and cross over, or do you want the rules?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what NFL is kind of like kills me sometimes, because it's just like, I'm sick of the fucking rules.
Yeah.
Flags
The flags
everywhere,
are nuts.
dude.
Yeah. I kind of like, I've gotten really into this team Arsenal, and it's like, there is something to be said about like constant action for like 2 45-minute periods, which is very satisfying. Also, like the fact that the like scoring is so much lower, the points mean so much more.
Have you been to a game?
No,
That
I
was-
haven't. I can't watch at the pub. I can't, like they have like American Arsenal pubs, and I
Yeah.
just can't be around it because it is the lamest fucking kind of guy you could be. Like an American like footy fan.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is just the worst. And then I go to the pub and I'm around these like Ted Lasso fucking losers.
Oh, God.
Just the worst guys.
Curious.
Just like the worst guy, like
Mental.
a fucking office email thread. They're like sending gifs like in a CC like that. It's like, that's not a funny gif, and you suck. Like, fuck you. Like, just the worst guys.
No,
right?
you are right. Like die-hard
be
soccer fans.
But
like,
I can't be around them. Also, I know more ball than them. I know more than them. So it's a very solitary thing. I sit, because we get the games in the morning. So I sit. I'm a little bit hungover on like a Saturday or a Sunday morning, and I'm alone. And then this is they've been the Mets. They've been the Mets for me. So like,
Yeah.
I sit there and it's solitary, and I feel shitty a little bit already before it starts, and then I feel something good. And right now we're amazing. That's the women's team. Why are you?
He is the worst Googler on the planet. He is really so
Arsenal
bad.
Men's.
Yeah, we're
Really,
good
truly the
now.
worst.
But we're good now. We're good now. They're gonna break me worse than it. That boy on the second to the left, Saka, him. Oh, that's like our heart. The other thing about their system is that it comes from academies. It's not from like college ball.
Yeah.
So like Bukayo Saka has been there since he was 9. Like he's like
He's 9.
Crazy.
like, so like the badge means so much
Yeah,
to these
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's our favorite. That's our
9
that's
years
our
old.
that's our favorite. That's our favorite. And like, I don't know if you guys don't watch soccer, but like in the Euros, the European Championships, like two tournaments ago, he was like 17, and they put him up to take the last penalty as like a child, and he missed. And then everyone in the country was like, "You're a beep," you know. He got like, and then you saw him like he
You're a
cried on the
beep.
field. It was just so much to put on a kid, right?
Yeah.
And I was so upset, and I was like, I don't know if he's ever gonna come back from this,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And he has come back, and every year he gets even better, right? And he's like ours. He's like one of our own.
Are you a troops guy?
The United States military?
No.
Oh, troops! I follow troops.
Yeah, he
He's
works
here
for a minute.
He's
Yeah.
not here anymore. Right?
No.
I was like, what are that?
Dude, I went to I like Liverpool. I don't like set alarms to wake up for him or anything like that.
If I didn't support like a top 6 side, I would have gone Liverpool, because they're like a good. There's a lot of like, in terms of the club, like it's very like working class. And,
yeah,
like, you know,
I love
people.
Klopp too.
Klopp was the man.
But when
They
I
played
went to a
beautiful
game is
ball.
when I really
my
was
God,
like,
Looks
oh
like a
shit.
kid. Jesus.
They're just putting this kid, and then look,
Yeah, that sucked.
and then just like, yeah, just to go through that, and like he pulled us out of shit. We were like in our worst period ever, and as like a
were the fans terrible
teenager? No. We've always stood by him. But like, look, like I mean, like just it's so sad to see that. I mean, it's like
crying on the field.
7 or he's 18, maybe. That's like. It's like Bronny James being up there. You know, like, I mean, he's much better.
Dude, did you see the LeBron James tweet this weekend?
I can't.
But he was like tweeting at Call of Duty, like, hey, Bronny says he wants a skin. Can we hook him up? He's like, dude, just let me be a fucking person.
I feel like that might have been like a deal.
Really?
I feel like that. I don't know. That was so ridiculous that I think they maybe were like, that was just a deal, and they were like, here's how we're going to roll it out.
That's product placement.
Because it really is almost too much to just be like, because they replied like,
the
call
most
us up,
recent,
we'll make it happen.
the clip about how watching Bronny at 6 and he knew, and it's just shut up.
But yo, it is pretty fucking
The thing
awesome.
about him,
it's pretty fucking dope that it happened.
It's like, to Bronny's credit, he is a real
to both
one.
of their credits.
He's a real one for going there. Because, like, if my dad was on my fucking team, it would be the most annoying thing in the entire world. Like, I would have gone to, like, Phoenix and been trying to get head. Like, you know, like, right? Like,
yeah, you're not getting the NBA experience with your fucking dad on the squad.
You're, like, getting in trouble and stuff. You know, like,
yeah.
But, like, it's so, it makes me, I hate this whole thing. And
really?
it stresses me out.
It's because I'm a pussy because I have a kid now, but like.
But you're like, it's beautiful.
It is though. It's
fucking. Like when Griffey.
It's so dope. Griffey did it. To not only is it like that, but the fact that he played long enough and is still fucking good.
He's so
and the fact
good
that we
still.
know he's not, Bronny's not great, but like good enough. Like he still made it to the goddamn NBA,
I don't know.
even with a little bit of help. It's like,
I saw some summer league highlights. I went to the. Oh man, she's gonna get mad at me.
Oh.
I'll just say it. I'm with the fellas right now. I went to the Liberty Aces. Like, what is it? The semifinals?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Is it bad?
Not a good product.
Because
it's crazy.
Yeah, when you watch, like,
I was with my girlfriend and her mom, and we had a great time. It was also from Vegas. It was the first time I've seen a professional team from my city.
Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, I'm huge Aces. I'm the biggest Aces guy.
Yeah.
But like, there was like 7 minutes in like the third quarter where there's just no one cashed.
Really?
Just like, I was like sitting there, and it was like, I was like, I'm not gonna
say anything.
But I said afterwards to my friend, and my girlfriend was there. She's like, "You can't say that. You can't say that." And I was like, I thought they would, like, I see like clips of fucking what's her name, Indiana, Caitlin, and she's like wet.
Yeah,
you know, like she's wet.
Dude,
and I'm like, I was like,
good?
I just want to know how wet. I just want to know how
Sabrina
wet.
Ionescu was not balling.
Sabrina was like carrying their asses.
That's
Our
usually
girl,
what happens, I think.
Asia, who's supposed to be like the brawn of the league.
Yeah.
She was making some questionable decisions down the stretch.
Dude,
when
I was
watch
thinking of
Angel Reese
going.
not be able to jump, like she jumps like I jump. She gets like an inch off the ground. It's kind of crazy.
She looks good though. She's a pretty lady.
She is a pretty lady. Yeah.
She yeah.
She's probably like 6'5", right?
Oh yeah. I mean, she's. I was gonna say 6'2", but she's
probably way bigger than that.
Yeah, she's bigger.
Not that it matters.
Yeah.
Not that it matters.
Yeah, you would climb her like a tree, bro. Like she is.
I mean,
dude, I think even despite your review, I had said that
she's 6'3".
Maybe on TV it looked better.
Caitlin Clark's 6 foot. She's
Caitlin's 6 foot.
Yeah, that's
she looks
tall.
little.
Yeah. No, I
she's
mean,
nice.
She'd be fucking.
Dave is pissed about that, about the reverse racism or something against Caitlin.
Yeah, he was very mad.
He was mad about that.
Yeah. that was some very funny. Like Dave always will get involved in like a political or racist thing without like realizing it.
He's just walking.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm not political, but like Kamala Harris does not represent democracy. I'm not political. But he did it with this big time.
She has a low politics IQ. She speaks well for what she is. She's well
She's so well spoken.
spoken.
Yeah. That he was going off on like
Because
early,
they got in
the
a fight
early
in college,
Angel stuff.
right?
Yeah, the college
Angel was
shit
being a bully
is
at
where
LSU.
Dave really got mad.
Yeah, but it's sports, dude. You're supposed to be mean. Look at he's next
right
to
in the middle. Shaq told him. Shaq told him to his face, "Lay off
Shut
my
up.
girl." Yeah. They ran into each other in like the tunnel of another game, a football game or something, and he was like, "Nice to meet you, but like, stop talking about my girl," because Shaq they
Both LSU.
Well, yes, but she also was like on his podcast network. They like literally work
really?
together.
Are there
now, yeah.
bettors that are tracking their periods? My friend was telling me that there are guys that are
track
like
everything.
taking the under on total points on the girl
because she's
when they've been like they're on like those apps that girls have like to like know when they're ovulating.
That's pretty fucking smart.
There are guys that are cashing off of the menstrual cycles of WNBA players. Brilliant.
Also, don't they sync up, right? So if you're in the locker room together, it's just gonna be a rough week
I
for the,
did
for the,
ask
for the
that
gals.
question to my girlfriend and her mom at the Barclays Center, and they were none too.
I was gonna say they smacked you in the face, but I always heard that. So it's like, is it just one bad? Like the whole team sucks.
So the
for
whole
a couple
team,
days?
when they so instead of scoring 11, they scored 4.
Yeah, it is.
There is a really. I think that the Megan Rapinoe U.S. Women's National Team. Maybe now I'm going full.
Here we go.
sexism.
Do it. Come on, you're at Barstool,
I'm at
bro.
Barstool, okay.
Yeah, let her rip, bro.
All right. Let's. I think that they played like a boys. They played a boys under 15.
16 or whatever. Yeah, and they got like
It was
worked, right?
Like 15-0.
Oh, that was always a thing.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
friends with some of the women on this team, but like the Team USA hockey team used to play all the prep schools that I played, and they would wax them.
Yeah.
Like it would
They
be like
lost to that kid. I mean,
Dallas
I say women's
under
tennis.
15 boys squad beat Rapinoe and all those guys.
Women's tennis, I love. The fighting one, I don't like MMA that much, but like when I've seen the women doing it, they're going all out. They're passionate. But
No,
like if
they'll
you're
beat
not
the
like
fucking shit out of each other.
if no one's cashing for like 6 minutes, it's just like not that good.
Not that good of a product. Yeah.
I think I'm still gonna go. I think I'm going to Game 5.
Are you?
If I
I will say this, okay, for the record, the atmosphere of a playoff game at Barclays Center, double any net game I've been to.
Yeah.
Double. That is I don't know why that team even exists.
They really don't.
It is a road game 82 games a year.
It's crazy.
Dude, I went to an Islanders game when they still played at Barclays, probably 2-3 years ago, and you could pick. And like I was in a box, and you could look into the crowd and be like, "That's the guy singing with the anthem right now." And like you could hear him, and then you could hear people on the bench laughing at how you could hear this guy singing along, and you're like, "Oh, this is just like." There are 200 people in this arena, and we can all hear fucking everything.
Why? So the Long Island guys didn't want to like make the drive?
No.
Yeah.
The Long Island guys, and then
But
the
then
hockey team.
the Nassau Coliseum's back or something? Or
They're
where they
building
play?
called the
Coliseum is closed now. It's UBS. They play UBS.
And they're rocking. They're back with their boys.
I think so. I
They're
think
happy.
I haven't been to
They're
an Islanders
happy,
game
and
yet.
like
Well, yes, I
Long
have. I've been to
Island
one.
people are happy, and then everyone else fucking hates it. Because if you want to go and you're not from the area, it's
yeah,
a
who
fucking
wants to go to
nightmare.
fucking? Why do they even
Yeah.
have a team?
The players hated,
but they've
Brooklyn.
existed for so
Yeah,
long.
Brooklyn was terrible.
because you'd have
Brooklyn
to.
was-
They would
yeah.
have to like get hotels every game for like their pregame naps and stuff. But
in like
they-
downtown Brooklyn.
Yeah, 'cause they
it's
couldn't-
where the Courtyard Marriott in downtown Brooklyn.
They
It's like
didn't
a
have
scary
time
place.
to like go back home to Long Island and then keep their pregame routine. So like every player, every home game, 41 times a year, had to like get a hotel room. It was like, fuck this.
crazy.
Do
That
the
is
Knicks
nuts.
still practice in White
Yes, It's
Plains?
so dumb, dude.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's hard to come by. Like
You're a Knicks guy?
Yeah. Where would you
How-
practice?
you
like,
feel
in the
good?
city? Yeah, I do. I think that people are going to look back on Karl Anthony Towns and feel foolish for how much they're hating on it right now.
I mean, it's fun to make fun.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy to make fun of. But
zesty cat is for sure. I get it.
I mean,
but
like
he's like
Donnie. Also, Donnie was. I loved him so much.
Dante
DiVincenzo. Yeah.
I mean that was.
And it's sad we won't see the Nova Knicks.
But like,
yeah.
And yeah, we love the Nova Knicks and all that, but like, Karl-Anthony Towns is like one of the best like scoring big men, shooting big men like ever.
Yeah.
If you can get that to go toe to toe with, and now this
Julius
team is
Randle
locked
also
in
drives
for
me
4 years.
nuts.
Yeah, because he did he was a disappearing act. It was like
it's not even that. He's a player. There's never a second option in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
There's never a backup plan. So he'll go head down drive. There'll be 2 trees in front of him, and then he'll try
still
to
going with it. Yeah.
And it's just like, know who you're gonna kick to,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like he never figured that out because he's a baby Laker, and I like, I love all of these guys that have gone. Josh Hart as well.
Oh, he's the best.
All of the baby Lakers, I want the best for them.
Yeah.
And like I would go to Knick games and I'd be like, Randall still does that fucking thing, and that drove me nuts when he was young, and he still does. This guy you have to love.
He is so likable.
You
the whole
have
team
to
really
love
is.
this guy. I like the Knicks a lot too.
Yeah. They are and they're locked in for the next like 4 or 5 years. And the last night, it was a preseason game, and the Timberwolves were there. And some fan was like yelling at Anthony Edwards, being like, "Yo, when your rookie contract comes up, like come here." And he said something like, "I'd love to reunite with Karl-Anthony Towns." Like, oh, shit, that would be fucking crazy if it was just a long play for fucking Ant-Man to come to New York. But yeah, he was getting into it with Jalen Brunson's dad last night.
See, that's like very much like Brunson is doing the same thing that Bronny's doing, where your dad is there. You can get yelled
his dad's
at
like
by.
Actually, a part of the. He has.
I know, but your dad can yell at you still. You're like a the point of being an adult is that you get your own house. You're not
what's
there.
the point of signing like a $250 million deal if like your dad still yells at you at work?
Jesus Christ! And you know
like,
that
you
he's
stink,
what you're doing flag football for your boy.
Yeah, flag football, travel baseball, a little bit of hoops. We're doing it all. But I'm not one of these freaks. Like there was a video of Rick Brunson being like, full court layups again, go again. He's just like going up and down the court. I'm like, I don't know. You could play for a little bit and then play video games, whatever. Dude.
I have to. My guy's gonna have to go tennis or golf. He's not going league. I mean, like a little bit. You think, you're saying he can go and play video games, but a little bit in your heart. If he goes league in anything, it would be the
awesome.
best.
It would be the best thing ever.
It would be
I don't think he's going.
It would be like my life has been worth it.
Oh yeah, right. Everything
every
that
mistake I've made.
Everything like there was only one variation of life that led to this, so I'll fucking take it. I don't think he's going league.
Did you ever read Andre Agassi's? Did you read Agassi's autobiography?
No.
So his dad was like, he had like a very Earl Woods kind of situation where he was like a bad guy.
Yeah.
But like that like drove his, like how psycho the guy was drove him to his greatness.
Right.
But Agassi's dad was like a degenerate gambler, and he like make him play men as an 11-year-old, and he'd be like, if you lose, like we lose our home. And like he did it psychologically. He didn't do it like hit the boy.
Yeah.
And like that is actually like
probably way worse. And then I mean
for tennis though that makes sense because it is so cerebral.
You're all by yourself out there.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to.
But for every one, Agassi, there's like 50, tennis kids who hate their lives because their dad made them play tennis like 24/7. It's not even something that's like, oh, like when you're playing in the playground like basketball with your buddies, like you're the best one on the court and you get some fun out of it. No one's like, let's play pickup tennis and you're awesome at it and you smoke your friends. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't even get the.
You just work at a country club as the tennis pro and fuck sad bombs.
Eventually
you're getting cougar pussy. Yeah. Poor kid. He's fucking someone's wife. He's 12. Just like these guys with Michael. Oh, boo. Yeah.
Did I hear you correctly on your podcast that you have you were calling it an EP coming out? You have
I got
some,
okay,
short-
so I'm gonna be dropping like 15 minutes that I don't want to put in a special that I did in London. Also, God, I'm gonna be in Denver too. So I got I don't know why I'm.
Everyone quiet.
Everybody stop.
They gave me like a last minute booking in Denver, so I have like 2 weeks to sell tickets. So October 25th and 26th in Denver at Comedy Works.
Jackie, would everybody on a WNBA team? Have
No,
their
come on,
period cycle
you're gonna
up?
hurt her feelings.
Would everybody?
Oh,
Get
but
the
she
period
works
at the
here.
same time on the WNBA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happens then? Like the
Nice.
team just sucks for a week.
Well, it's not like it's like
Oh.
you don't like suck. Yeah.
Wait, are you,
Okay.
wait,
So
wait,
you're saying it's not that
wait.
bad.
Wait, are they not? Wait. You guys are nice to each other. You're just mean to us. Oh, it's a conspiracy. I forget.
If you were more aggressive, like I would be better in soccer.
Oh.
Really?
So you're just an asshole to your boyfriends and you kill it on the court or on the
Being
field.
a guy
Exactly.
is so like I forget every month. It's like,
You're like, wait, what's
every
going-
single month I'm like,
that's it.
and then she says it, and then like I've been like, what's go right? And then she's like, and then I'm like, how the fuck did I forget? Of course, it's every month.
fucking month.
Well, same. If it like I always am like, God, he's pissing me off so.
And you don't get why. You forget why too.
And
I'll always have a
Yeah,
moment
yeah.
where I go like, I'll be like, this is completely illogical. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, this one really, really doesn't make sense. How could this be? Oh, okay.
One of the funniest things is that the girls' boobs get a little bit bigger. They get a little bigger when they're in their period. And then, so like in your like dumb like male mind, you're like naturally just like this, and then you're like, it's just like, I'm disgusting right now. Like you just fall. It's like God is like that. He did it again.
Oh wait, so but Denver Comedy Works.
Denver,
and then
yeah, and then we have a new episode of the talk show coming out this week. We have like something kind of very ambitious that we've done for it. People have been waiting for it. They haven't been waiting for it. People thought it was over forever, but it's not. You'll see why. You'll
what
see
a
why.
plug! Yeah, wow.
I can't say.
Like,
Nick's gonna be mad at me if I say who it is, the guest, but we did like something.
When does that come out?
That's coming out this week, so it should, maybe even today. So
So then this comes out tomorrow, so you can tell us.
okay, if it's not out, you beep.
Yes. and how did he?
But the first half of it is very is the most ambitious thing we've ever done.
Really?
Yeah. But I will be. I'm gonna be dropping this like 2 nights in London or whatever thing. It's fun. The geezers had fun.
Yeah.
The geezers had a lot of fun. But like the rest of my set, I'm gonna be saving, and I'm gonna be putting a special out early
and
this
the
year.
pod's going well.
Pod's going well, yeah, and then
What do you
you'll
guys
see
how
this
many,
thing.
How many
and-
episodes are you in now? Like after the Come Town, like probably.
I don't even fucking know.
It's been a little bit though,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. yeah. It's just
Don't
that
know.
I'm just gonna be doing this till the rest of my life.
Yeah, I know.
Like
right?
dying of
I know.
cancer, and I'll be like, so like, what if a
promo code?
What if
free-
Albert Einstein was Chinese? It's just like there's a heart monitor in the background. It's just like it's just that the mic's not plugged in. I'm just a psychopath. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Man, good
Promo
stuff.
code CUM. Whatever. No. Yeah. No. Thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Thank
I
you
love.
so much,
I
man.
love being able to talk about sports. Like 'cause
Hell
I never get to do it. Because
I mean, as a Dodger fan wearing a Yankee hat,
I'm pretty sure.
and Mets fan,
I'm just trying to survive in these streets. I'm blending in amongst the Dominican population because I'm afraid of the anti-Semitism. I've been like, listen, fellas, like, I'm Despacito for some pussy. I want to cheat on my esposa and start un segundo familia. Hey, are you guys? We can all agree. The best rapper is Lin-Manuel Miranda. Just a white guy thinking that like Spanish people like Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I got the whole Hamilton box set. Awesome. Thank you
Great
so
stuff,
much,
dude.
Adam.
Thanks, guys. All right, appreciate it.
We're getting up there, Johnny boy. We're getting up there in age, and you know, when it's time to perform, sometimes you can't answer the bell. Or if you do answer the bell, you only answer it like halfway. And that's where Blue Chew comes in.
You leave the lock on the door.
Just a little halfway open. So if you want to fully answer the door, fully answer the bell, you got to get yourself some Blue Chews, the original brand offering chewable tablets to get that dick hard. The erection enhancing tablets can help you achieve stronger, harder, and longer lasting erections for sexual activities. I hope for sexual activities. You don't want to be running around with those not doing other stuff.
I don't know.
John's just at home like playing video games.
He's got like a Sunday. Like I'm gonna say bricked up all day.
Say goodbye to performance anxiety and say hello to stronger and longer lasting erections. Chewable tablets have the same active ingredients that you would find in Viagra and Cialis and Levitra, but it's in a chewable form. And most importantly, forget about who cares about tablet or chewable. It's at a fraction of the cost. It's all about having confidence when it comes to performing and having a happy and healthy relationship. So Blue Chew helps you achieve that. They have subscriptions that include free online consultation, 24/7 medical support, and delivery straight to your door every month. Chew it and do it, baby. I like that one. If you want more confidence in the bedroom, use code KFC for your first month for free. That's first month free with code KFC at BlueChew.com. Check them out. Thank you to Blue Chew for sponsoring the pod. And my dick.
That's
This dick is brought to you
endorsement.
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. We're back. We got Adam Friedland on the show today. Big interview with him, so we're gonna just chop it up for a little bit before we get into things with him. Maybe do a couple voicemails, but one of the funniest podcasters out there came through. I had a full blown like existential crisis being a Dodgers fan. Who says the Mets are his local team while wearing a Yankees hat.
Out of respect for the hip-hop community.
Out of respect for the hip-hop community. He was like, he told me, he was like, I'm going to get killed for this. And then the Mets ended up beating the Dodgers after his appearance. He was like, this is going to be a disaster.
He was great. I've been a big fan of Adam for a long time.
He's a funny dude.
It's my first time ever meeting him, exchanging any words with him. He lived up to the hype for sure.
He was great. So good interview with him. The fishbowl, broke another fishbowl.
Broke another fishbowl.
Is this gonna just be your streak?
Yeah, I don't. They're
3 out of 3.
We've like broken 2, but now we're about to buy a third.
So 3 fishbowls for 3 episodes so far.
Are you going? I don't think you can go plastic ever. I think you got to keep.
I think we have to. I almost like somebody was just saying that they looked up like the sugar fish bowls. Like we should just smash them. Like,
I was thinking, or like. There almost needs to be like a bounty on the fishbowl. Like if you break it, you like.
Yeah.
There needs to be something.
You break it.
You guys need to protect it, and we need to try to break it or something.
You gotta treat the fishbowl like an egg, like they give to kids.
Yeah.
Or whatever, where they're like,
or like a bag of flour. Yeah.
And if it breaks,
and if you break it, you have to get pregnant.
Yeah, but also. I'm like
high stakes. It's a high stakes game.
What?
It's a high stakes game.
I'm like $60 in the hole with these fish bowls.
I bet.
I have to expense it at this point, but like,
how did this last one break? Because you could hear it, people didn't see it, but you just heard the shattering.
I think Kelly just like. I don't really know what happened, but it's like it is one of those things where like how like sometimes if you drop a glass, it's the way it's shaped is like if it hits the floor, it's a smash.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I feel like there's just no room for error.
Yeah, like all the pressure of it is landing on one little point.
Yeah.
No, I hadn't thought about that.
Smashes into literally a million pieces.
Yeah, you guys stick with glass.
Yeah.
I want like 20 broken fish bowls over the next couple months.
What was the best question yesterday?
Well, one of yours, the trouble with the law.
Oh, okay.
We'll pick that one. What Roan came on for a little bit, and he asked, or I guess he picked, what male would you want to trade lives with? That was interesting.
A classic.
Remember
when Jarek Robbins said he wouldn't trade with Justin Timberlake? Kind of aged all right. You know?
Well,
at the time that was crazy, but right now.
Yeah, Roan said that Justin Timberlake was his answer, but now. But he was like, not because of the drunk driving. That's cool. It was like
he just like everybody hates him and shit.
Wait, Roan would trade to Justin Timberlake?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think he's a pick anymore.
I've always kind of thought that he's. A little cheesy.
I wanted, so I loved NSYNC, and I wanted to like Justin Timberlake, and I do like him like regularly. But like, I wanted to be like a Justin Timberlake super fan.
Yeah.
And I just
it's hard to be.
He didn't get me over that last hump.
It's hard to be. He doesn't put out enough, and when he does, it's also like it's hard to be cool when all black people hate you because they kind of define what's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when everyone's just like, this corny white boy sucks, it's like, okay, who am I?
But even before
disagree?
then, like Friends with Benefits, I thought would have been like a better movie with a different actor, and I loved I loved that concept, like the no strings attached.
Listen, he's not like a super like talent, like when it comes to acting.
No,
you know.
But like
even I don't know what happened with his dancing. He used to be able to dance, and now every time there's a clip of him, it's like
I think dancing's like wrestling, where like you need fast camera changes to actually make it look good.
Yeah.
If you're just watching it,
but I don't know when like I feel like they used to talk about him in like it's like Usher and Chris Brown and like Michael Jackson and shit. Like those guys could dance, and there was a time where I feel like he was like kind of doing that, and now it's like I don't know, maybe it's because you're like 50 and you're just different, but every time I see a clip it's like
but it's also like one isolated clip that is the only thing we see.
Right.
It's like the only time we've seen him dance in 25 years is one clip that went viral making fun of him. Like he's probably a pretty good dancer still.
Yeah but I don't know if when Jared said he wouldn't trade with Timberlake, it was many years ago, and Jared ended up doing pretty damn good for himself, but at that point, it was like, what are you talking about?
It was like
he called a shot. He bet on himself, I guess. I don't know.
Hank Robert Kraft, same thing.
Yeah.
Which is that actually, in retrospect, is crazy that we thought otherwise. I believe, if I remember
a billionaire's a billionaire, dude.
But like, I right now, like, I'm closer to 70. Let's say he was early 70s at the time, mid 70s. I don't know what Kraft is now, but it was probably about 10 years ago. And like, I wouldn't trade to be a 70-year-old man. Like,
what's your cutoff where you say yes? 50s?
None.
Really?
I don't think I would trade to be like in. I don't know.
I mean, if I
he's 83, so he was 73 at the time, probably. Like, no chance for not for all the money in the world am I becoming a 73-year-old man right now.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point. But like 45, you're doing it. You'd rather be you than a 45-year-old billionaire? You're gonna be 45 like that, dude.
I just don't. I don't want to get older. Like I want to get older exactly at the pace I go.
But you'll probably live longer as a 45-year-old billionaire because you'll have the money until.
We know he doesn't want to do that.
Well, yeah, but here's the deal. I have enough money to go to the doctor right now. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna start going to the doctor because I have $1 billion now. Like, I have health insurance, man. I don't go to the doctor.
Have you seen, like,
$1 billion isn't gonna change that.
The like things that are like, how it's like the meme. It's like, if I won the lottery, like, I wouldn't tell anyone, but there'd be signs.
Yeah.
And it's just like people going to doctor's appointments. People going to like whatever.
We have apparently like insane health insurance. Never used it.
What? So what? Anything that's older than you're saying no? If I said 40-year-old billionaire, it's like a couple years away.
I don't think the money is
what are we talking about?
I don't think a billion like you could get me being like, you can look like Chris Hemsworth. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't think like $1 billion matters to me.
I kind of agree with that.
You guys are dumb.
Well, I'm like
you want to just tack on a couple years that don't make a difference. The difference between 35 and 40 is like nothing, and you get $1 billion.
First of all, for a woman,
but I'm also becoming a different person. That's kind of the bigger thing.
Isn't that also the good part?
I don't know. It's if you have a choice between the devil you know and the devil you don't, take the devil you know.
But what if the devil you don't has $1 billion?
But I know how to deal with this devil. I got it.
Yeah.
You put me in Hemsworth's body and like, what if I get in Chris Hemsworth's body and I have worse body dysmorphia?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what the fuck? That was the whole point. That's the whole point of this.
I'm pretty sure there's every chance that like whenever people talk about being famous and having money and all that shit, like there's a reason why there's like 1 million movies and stories and topics about that, because I don't think it fixes your problem.
Right.
It probably can get worse.
Which that like I just want one celebrity to be like, this shit's awesome.
Yeah.
Like just give me one. It's like it's got to be cool to achieve your dreams.
Yeah.
Or like
well, I think the
successful.
people say like that, but like they'll never be like, yeah, being rich is awesome.
I know, but like,
You know?
just give me one. I don't know. Like, I get it. There's struggles, but like,
Yeah, like, but try to remember what it was like without all that money. And say it's pretty fucking awesome.
I guess like rappers kind of do. But
Rappers
like,
I think
flaunt
a
it.
good amount of people do. You just kind of focus on the ones who complain about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like most people are like, yeah.
Well, most
I have
people
a
are
pretty great
humble
life.
about it. They're just like, yeah, I'm very blessed or something
Yeah.
like that. But I kind of want one person to be like, I was poor and now I'm rich, and that's fucking great.
Yeah, and like
I mean, that's
actually
what Dave
being rich
does.
really solves
pretty
problems.
much Dave Portnoy.
Yeah.
You know, he's pretty much that guy. It's like, look at all my houses and my trips and my money, and so that's what it looks like.
Yeah, right.
Who would girls trading is kind of a very different thing.
I don't know.
Guys are always kind of trading for like status and money, right? You'd be like, I want to be like the athlete who won or the guy with the money.
Yeah, actually, not like but if I was gonna switch with anybody, it would be an athlete.
Yeah.
It would just to hear like me get 100,000 people on their feet, like that. Would be cool.
Right. That's cooler than just having money in your bank account.
Yeah.
But
and
what do
be-
girls want?
Like I feel like I would do, because I'm also thinking I don't want somebody like A-list. Like I want like, well, I guess, like I feel like Jennifer Lawrence has a pretty good life balance between like, she can go in public, kind of, not really.
Oh,
but, like,
I've heard
she's pretty low key. She's
goes
dating
to,
like
Corner Bistro.
Corner Bistro?
Corner
I
Bistro.
thought it was Bandits.
It's a
But yeah.
good burger.
I heard she goes to Corner Bistro like multiple nights a week, has a
Really?
beer, has a burger, and fucks off.
I think
so
if
cool.
you're a celebrity, you have to pick a spot and do that.
Yeah, right.
Like if she went to Corner Bistro and then she went to this place and that place, it would be a show. But if you walk in and people are just like, Jennifer Lawrence
That's
comes
Jen.
to Corner Bistro,
like
yeah.
if the regulars know you and the
Yeah,
regulars
and the
aren't
staff
reacting,
is like whatever.
everyone's, like,
Yeah.
Which
But-
also yesterday when like you got me like the Uber Black
Yeah.
on the way back, and like I was Ubering back from my acting gig to my podcast. I was like, am I the most famous person? Like I just like zoomed in for a day to like a famous person. It was pretty cool.
Did he fart?
No,
No?
but I had headphones in the whole time.
Well, no, it wasn't volume. It was someone was farting in the car on the way there.
I don't think it was him.
Who was in the car?
It was me, Keegs, Sass, and Tommy. And so, like, because Keegs was in the car and there's a lady present, I didn't want to be like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So it was just
Your
like,
Keegs was just like,
quiet.
it was me. Does that ever happen? You ever in a car with girls and it's like, who fucking farted?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, so the other day, 2 nights ago, just reading Reddit, and I stumble upon a question. And it's a question about an affliction that I deal with pretty regularly. And it was, what is the female equivalent of sitting on your balls?
Oh yeah.
And I clicked it because I was like, I wonder. I don't know. I'm intrigued by this. And the number one answer was when the seam of your pants makes your labia cuts off the circulation and makes your labia fall asleep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would have never had that. I would have thought like knocking your boob into something or
That was one when you're brushing your hair with no shirt on or a shirt
you
and no
clip
bra,
like your
and you
nip
clip
with,
your nipple.
That's a good one.
But then the other one,
These are things I've never heard.
Yeah, Keeks never talk about like tight jeans. It's just like sometimes I'm just like I can't do it.
Makes your pussy fall asleep.
No, not really that. Like, that's dramatic
crazy.
way of putting it.
Yeah.
Just sometimes it's like just like slight uncomfort. You're just like I'd rather be wearing sweatpants right now.
And
Also,
that's like camel toe.
I guess.
yeah,
But the
it's
one,
like if they're really tight jeans, like
the one that was very jarring
yeah.
was
Yeah.
when you fart and it goes to the front.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
You've heard about this one.
Yeah.
And it goes into your vagina.
Yeah.
And then you have to, quote, dislodge it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that means.
I will say I don't know it. I hate to be like not, but I don't know what dislodging that part is. Like,
Okay.
I mean, you got to get that air out.
Just although
It's the
it is nice
Yo,
that
let me
women
just
have
say, farting into your pussy is crazy. You can dress it up with words like dislodge and goes into the front, but what we're talking about right here is farting into your pussy. It's called a spade. Okay?
I'm not gonna comment on this. It's just like this.
it is. You don't have to comment.
You're gonna sit by on the sidelines of this one, but that is crazy.
But I was thinking the other day, separately, weirder, like how lucky girls are to have queefs. Like,
It's a word I don't like.
Like
I don't like that one.
Yeah,
I don't like it either, but it's just a nice security blanket you guys have. Because like when just speaking for personal experience, or just not even personal experience, but yeah, personal experience. When I'm in the presence of women and I happen to hear air pass,
you can say it's a queef.
I just go, it must be a queef.
Yeah.
If you're around a guy and you hear air pass, you're like, that's fucking poop.
That's poop wind. That is poop wind coming out.
There's nothing else it could be. You guys have that, like something else.
Yeah, but I don't think it's great to be like,
your queef is like your fat friend.
Queef.
Yeah, but
don't worry, guys.
But I do feel like also it's like it only happens because of sex.
Yeah,
because
I feel like
of,
if you're just
air.
sitting on the couch and you can hear that would be crazy.
Yeah,
right.
I feel like it's like
that's not happening.
It's more just like air. It's like if you pop a bubble. I don't know. Like I feel like
certain angles and
yeah. I don't
but
want
it's
to talk
nice
about
to have
this.
that.
But I don't think it's happening unless you're having sex.
It's still where
it's just
it's where my brain goes. That wasn't a fun.
You could just be like, guys are dumb. I can just say it's my. It's just and for somehow it's better. That
I think even guys think it because you're just like, that chick didn't fart. I bet it was a queef. It's more.
It's more for you than it is for her.
It's more for me. Yeah. It's more for me. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say that's sweet, but that's. I guess. Keep living how you want to live, brother.
That's great stuff. Those are all things that I did not. I knew that one, but the other stuff is interesting. Like I never have thought about clipping my nipple. Like damn it. That's funny. That's a funny thing. Yeah. It's but you guys will call it out like the same way a guy would.
Yeah, but like at some point, like my friend group and we just decided like that's just not our sense of humor. We're just not gonna we're not gonna talk about it. Like
so
like,
if all of a sudden it starts to smell, you'll just everybody just kind of.
It was like also divided. Like me and like two of my.
Oh, you had like a talk about this.
We were just.
Oh wow, you had like a meeting.
Listen, like that's not. We're not gonna make jokes about that. We don't find it funny.
Did somebody make a joke?
Yeah, and like
someone was like,
yeah.
You guys were like, listen, we don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like one of our friends was like
great.
trying to, and like we were just kind of like, listen. I respect your your humor, your whatever. You do you. We're not gonna take part in this. And then like kind of as a group, we were kind of like, okay, well like if only 50% of us are in, then like we're gonna nix.
This is like it's like Taylor Swift. Like I choose to not be in this narrative.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna participate in your fart humor. So it's like, and you're not gonna get a reaction from me, so you shouldn't do it either.
Yeah. Like also like my friend and I, like it was a good like we met in the middle on that, and we were just like. We like almost like tried and like we were just like that's just so not.
You tried to be funny about it.
We just
tried to throw him a bone.
Like kind of like, and then like we were just not even like funny about it. Just like I don't know. Anyways, we just decided like,
that
it's
is so. That's such a girl thing to do too. Be like, we're just not gonna do that.
I don't think my friends don't really do it. We don't.
No, but like if someone does. It can be talked about. It can be acknowledged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's particularly loud or bad or something like that. But then I'll just be like, we're just.
I actually don't like acknowledging it, even like if it's bad. I'm just like, just get through it. Just fucking gut this. I like start smelling faster. I'm like sucking it up.
What? Get rid of those molecules or some shit.
There is science to it. Your sense of smell adjusts the fastest. So if you
get one in, now that I'm thinking about it, you get one in.
There is science to it. Mr. fucking Wizard over here these days, dropping science bombs.
Well, you can also just like not suck in the molecule.
Well, you gotta get it's like a cold
but
tub.
You're saying you adjust, not that it like gets rid of the smell.
Right.
Yeah. It'd be funny to think of like just smell up all those molecules and just it's all gone now. It's in your fucking schnoz, but. Wow, interesting stuff. Great stuff. Really insightful. What do you got?
First thing, out of order next week. I think we still have tickets to Chicago. Go get those. Mm-hmm. I was thinking about it because we just talked about a couple of topics we were gonna go, and I went to the bathroom, and then I was like, oh yeah, remember out of order tickets, and then I've just had to say in my head from that moment till right now. Out of order tickets.
Do it. The amount of shit. Like if I remember something. I'll have to write make an alarm, label it, whatever, put it in the calendar because my brain can hold on to something for like 5 minutes max now. If it's a topic I want to talk about, a thing I need to do, like I will look you right in the face. You could tell me your schedule and like something I need to do, and I'm like, cool. And that like hour later that thing happens, and it's like you didn't do the thing. You didn't go to the place. You didn't pick me up. Whatever it is, and I just I just completely, utterly forgot.
It's also the worst part of anything is like promoting. And unfortunately, out of order is exclusively people who don't use social media. It is
you're like the most active guy.
It's the one thing I didn't want to be, and now I'm the only one who is it.
That's tough.
Like it is.
That is brutal.
It's the one. It's like literally the one thing I don't like doing. It's it's KB, Nick, and Sass.
I don't even think those guys have
you know what? They're motherfuckers. They spend more time on it than anyone.
Yeah.
They just don't fucking say anything
right,
on it.
Right. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not
like
fair
when we're
at all.
together, I'm on my phone the least.
Doesn't KB have like the biggest following? He was like a social media guy.
But
he has like the most rabid fans.
He actually might have gone completely dark. He might not use it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think he's like completely off it. But whatever. Get out of order tickets in Chicago. Actually, this week, maybe tomorrow, can I run you guys some of my jokes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
How are we going to do that?
I think we'll film it and then we'll put it out after maybe.
No, but like what's the setup of like how we're
I always think we just like sit on the couch and I just read you jokes.
There's so much more pressure on us than him.
I know.
Why? If it's not good, tell me it's not good.
What if they're all bad?
But it's
then they're
not
all
even-
bad.
No. Can't send you off into your fucking...
I mean, I've never done it. I don't expect to be good, so it's like...
No, but it's also more like, none of them are going to be bad. Because it's just naturally funny. But what if there's stuff that you think is really funny? And I'm like, that's kind of funny.
I think...
That's almost worse than being like... If something was terrible, I'd be like, do not go out there and do that. Because I'm saving you from yourself. If you're just like, this is so good, I'm laughing. And I'm like... Meh.
I think, so to take that pressure off you, I think everything I have written is like pretty funny.
Okay.
I'm not like, this is going to redefine comedy.
Okay. Okay.
You're welcome, world. John Feidelberg. Like, it's like, all right, that's a little funny.
Got it.
But even then, it's just like the air in the room is different when you're being like read jokes too versus when like you're on stage.
Yeah.
Drinks,
it'll obviously all be different. Like, it basically, if your reaction is like, it's pretty good.
Mission accomplished. Yeah. Because no one's gonna be like howling and knee slapping. It's like when someon plays you a song.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is a good song, but I don't know what to do with my hands, my face, or my mouth.
Yeah, the reaction I'm looking from you guys is basically, there's something there.
Okay.
If I get that,
I can do. Yep.
If I don't get that, well, then we're in trouble.
This disinterests me. I do not care about this topic at all. That happens just talking about farting in your vagina.
Yeah. You guys, your girls farting in their pussies?
It'll get a rise. It'll get a rise, man. That's the ace up your sleeve. Yeah.
Two other things real quick. One, I don't know why this struck me last night, but I was watching baseball. The Mets gave me the fever. I haven't like been in baseball mode for a few years.
They're so much fun.
I'm all in on the Mets.
I'm
I'm like watching Yankees Guardians games. I'm like, all right, I'm a baseball guy now.
Yo,
apparently.
It's crazy that the difference in Mets and Yankees right now, though, and it's like the Yankees. It's all about just winning at the end of the day. So everyone's in the same boat, but the vibe is just so different, man. The Mets are so much fun and have like so many storylines, and the Yankees are just like playing baseball, which, at the end of the day, like I said, it's like, cool, you got your little characters, like we're 2 up in the ALCS, like, you know what I mean? But there is just this huge difference in two teams from the same place that are basically in the same boat.
Yeah.
Which is
I thought
weird.
that last series, and I was actually blaming it on Costas, where it's like when you're going from watching the Mets to watching the Yankees, it was like a party versus a funeral.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, but Costas is kind of, a little checked out. So maybe it's just the commentators aren't really bringing the emotion. And then last night, I thought the same. I was like, it was fine.
It's just not the same,
Yeah.
I mean, even now that they're just going to roll. The Guardians are just not. The Yankees were put in the AL Central for the playoffs. That's what it was. They had to beat the AL Central, which is the worst division in baseball, and they're going to do it. So now they're like in a good spot. But when they had like lost a game to the Royals and the Mets were rolling, there was like that TikTok went viral of that Yankee fan being like, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm like jealous of the Mets, like describing everything we just talked about. Yeah, he was just like, it's just more fun, and they're just, dramatics, and we're just kind of like over here, and it's a weird thing for anybody to even be talking like that, you know?
Yeah.
Just even saying like the Mets are more fun than the Yankees is like that shit never happened my whole fucking life. So the fact that that's even occurring is, I guess, kind of a win in the world of Mets baseball. But
being
they're
the
just
no fun
though.
team. If you win
is the best.
Fun.
Yes.
Because you're like, I hope you guys all had fun.
Right. Oh,
this is what
Grimace.
champions do.
You have a little party
This
the
is
entire
great.
fucking time. It's like, that's what I've been dreading this whole time. It's like
Yes.
Grimace and all that. Like,
Yeah.
we
And
just
then
fucking
the
won the
Yankees
World
just
Series.
fucking like
You got to
sweep or
take down
something.
Jose Ramirez. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all.
I mean,
name another player that they had to beat. That's it.
It's particularly bad. It's really shitty, and that's where almost like the Astros losing was a bad thing for us. You know, even if they're a shitty team this year, it's like there's just something they couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah.
Altuve has like 30 postseason home runs. Like these other teams are just. Blech.
I remember obviously with Patriots when like players would come in, like I think T.Y. Hilton, Brandon Browner, Darrell Revis, they'd be like, it wasn't fun, but we won.
We won.
This is what champions do.
Right,
This is what fucking champions
I
do.
know, I
and now
know.
imagine Italians yelling that at you.
It is not. It's not ideal. I think a Subway Series, if you asked most real baseball fans on both sides, I think neither team wants it.
Really?
I think it's like nuclear war. Like we all agree this is too much. This could go. You might win the war, but it might. You know, you also might. Like the planet might implode.
Tommy was talking about it yesterday. No cameras around, no anything. He's like, I might really kill myself.
Yeah. Because like the Yankees lose to the Mets. Again, this is all just hypothetical. I'm not saying like I am not getting ahead of myself. We still have to beat a very good Dodgers team. I think the Yankees will be in it, but the Mets still have a long way to go. But if hypothetically speaking, even if it's other years, the Yankees like kind of have. It used to be like the Yankees have everything to lose, you know. Now the Mets have had so much good that it'll feel like that's all erased. Like if you lose to the Guardians, that would also hurt because it's like we should have beat that team, I think. But it's just like we took a step forward as a franchise, you know?
Yeah.
And it feels now like in the past we would catch lightning in a bottle and then it would disappear. This feels like we can grow on this and keep going. But it feels like if you have all of this mojo and all of the fun that we're talking about, the songs and the signs and the shirts and the memes and the heroics and the proving yourself and all that shit, and then you just like Mike Stanton just hits like 5 home runs in the World Series and you lose. It's all gone.
Yeah.
It's all fucking gone. And the Tommy Smokes of the world can call you sewer rats, and you're right back down to being little brother, and all of the good gets erased. So, and then Yankee fans are like, that like, oh, you know, that ruins everything for them. Like you can still talk about history, but it's like in the most recent thing, like the Mets beat you in the World Series.
Yeah.
So they have a lot to lose, and I think both teams would rather just play somebody else. I don't know about them, but because if I was them, I might want to be a little more like we want to like end your fun. I'd be a little more. If the Yankees were the Yankees of like the '90s, they'd be like, we want to fucking end you.
Yeah.
We're gonna take Grimace and shove him up your asshole. This, I think there's a little more. There's a little more fear. He is very butt plug shaped.
Yeah.
You know? Bro, he's perfect for ass fucking.
When I went
much.
to the Rockies, when I went to the Rockies game, Grimace was there.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that it was Grimace. It was just his back was, I was behind
big
him,
purple,
and I was just like, what the fuck is there a butt plug on the field?
That's what he is. He is a big purple butt plug. The gay Mets, man. It was perfect for Pride Month. The Yankees now, I think, have lost a lot of their bravado. So they're like, what if we lose to the Mets? In the past, they wouldn't think that. I don't think anybody in the world thought the Mets were going to win in 2000. Even like the Yankees had a bad year that year, but they went back to the World Series in 01 and 03.
Yeah.
And had been there in 96, 98, and 99. They were there like, 7 out of 9 years or whatever. So it was like, we're not fucking beating these guys. This year, I hope at least it would feel like a little more even. So I don't think they want to risk that. And especially from a Mets fan point of view, I don't care if we beat the fucking Savannah Bananas in the World Series. I want just a World Series. I don't need, and obviously the flip side of it would be like, it would be the greatest thing of all time if they somehow beat the Yankees in the World Series. I don't need that. I just want a World Series before I start worrying about the best World Series. I remember Jared being like wanting to go through the Yankees to beat the year they beat the Dodgers or whatever, because he was like, I want it to be like the best. I was like, yeah, because you got 3 in the bank. Right. And now you're getting greedy about like, I want this one to be the best one. I just want this one to be a one. So I'll take it over the Cleveland Guardians if I can.
I hate the Yankees and the Mets fans that are like, I want to see it. And I hate
Me too. It's like,
I hate it'll be good for New York.
New York.
And it's how do you root against New York? That is my least favorite thing in the world. I've sat there and I've watched these Yankee games with my Yankee friends, and I've congratulated, I've shut my mouth, I haven't hated against them, and but I am so tired of it. It's not.
I love this.
It's not
like,
New York.
It's
New
your
York. Team versus the enemies.
Well,
they're the enemies.
I've tried to articulate this before, and it really is about sports. Like, my world is New York.
Yes.
So I don't care about outside of New York. So I don't root for New York against other people because I don't care about other people. This is my entire ecosystem. If I traveled or like had family elsewhere, maybe I would feel differently. I am always in New York. I'm always going to be in New York. I'm never leaving. I don't care about anybody else outside of my superficial fucking materialistic New York bubble. So within that world, it's us and them. And I don't ever feel otherwise. And people say like it's good for New York. Like, what does that mean? Like, what are we going to stimulate the economy or something? we need to get. What does that literally mean?
Yeah.
Like, are other cities around the country going to be like, wow, New York is awesome because tourism's up? Like, what does that mean? Good for New York. Still just going to be the same old shitty fucking piss city it is. You know what I mean?
I couldn't want more Yankees Mets.
I know. It's gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me.
I honestly didn't have an opinion 5 minutes ago. Oh, maybe do I need Yankees Mets now?
It'll be a whole city of like. I think the real like I said, there's always just gonna be like some Goombats Yankee fans who are just like, fuck the Mets, and and then some like psychotic Mets fans who think it's a good thing. But I think most of the people who watch are just like. We don't launch your nukes. We won't launch ours,
1,000%.
Because I also just fear that, like, right now I think they can play with, like, anybody, and then I just fear, like, what if they just don't against the Yankees?
Aaron Judge hit his first fucking home run last night. And it's just like,
he's getting rolling at the right point, It's just not good. It's like, what if, like, we've had a lot of our heroics early on. What if it just, like, you limp in and then they take off? I don't know, man. It's just, and wouldn't that be the ultimate? Like, when people are like, the Mets aren't going to make the playoffs. And some people are like, no, but they are, because then that's going to be the real heartbreak, that they make it and get bounced.
Yeah.
And then you win a round and they're like, yeah, but now you're getting your hopes up and you're going to lose to the Phillies and you beat them. And they just keep moving but now it's really going to hurt.
Right.
But then the last thing is if the Yankees beat you, it's like all of it was the grimace and the fun and the song and OMG. All of it was to build to this moment to then go right back to zero.
That's getting to the altar and your wife leaving.
Yes, that is what it is.
But this is also like it's like fishbowl got to get pregnant. Like, it's a high stakes game where, I mean, like the Sox. You were talking about how Jared wanted to go through the hardest thing. I mean, that's kind of what we did in 04. Like 04,
totally.
04 was
you vanquished the demons.
Angels, where again it was early heroics. Poppy had 2 walk-offs that series. Then it was ALCS down 0-3, came back, swept. Then it was the Cardinals, who are the fucking Cardinals.
That was the ultimate.
That was the ultimate. And then I think that can instill confidence in that team and be like, okay, we've done it. We've beaten everybody. And then you go on a run like the Sox did for 10 years.
Totally. But I'm getting so greedy, bro. But I guess you guys had your curse and then, I guess it was a similar spot where it's like, you guys shouldn't be greedy. You should just be like happy to try to get there. I think reverse sweeping the Yankees, beating a storied franchise in the World Series, like that's untoppable. Yeah. I think I was even saying, like, I think what the Mets have done recently in this run, the only thing better than that I have seen is that year of the Red Sox. And it could happen. It's just like I've finally gotten to the point, like when Francisco Lindor was up, I was like, we're gonna get these runs in, like we're gonna score here, we're gonna be okay. Like I finally feel it, and it's like, but there's just this one last like demon, and you can either exercise the demons or like you just lose again. And it just terrifies me. And there's still so long to go before we even really get to it, but it sucks that even like just getting there would have been so happy for me if it was anybody else. And instead it's like the thing looming that I hate the most. Oh, it's going to hurt so bad. Express is here for the fall. They've got you covered for all of the essentials. They're about creating confidence as well. Express is here to make you look your best and feel your best while not breaking the bank and knowing that you are wearing a brand that's been around for, I don't even know how long now, 20 plus years. They've been in the game providing everyday outfits that help you look and feel nothing short of amazing. Whatever life throws at you, you're going on a date, you're going to work, you're writing blogs, you're in a corporate setting, you are trying to just comfortably chill on the couch, or you want to dress up, whatever life throws at you, Express has got you covered for your ideal wardrobe season after season after season. I would say the essentials are having a quality t-shirt, quality jeans, quality dress shirt, and a quality suit. And those are the 4 things that they're offering right now. The perfect Pima cotton collection, which is t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, polos, all super soft and lightweight while looking sharp. The hyper stretch jeans, which are comfortable enough to wear every day but look nice and classy. And then they have their 1MX shirts, which are the button-up shirts that are breathable and stretchable. And they are hands down the best button down in the game for when you're trying to dress up. And then the modern tech suits, which are important because you can wash them and dry them. And you can wear them again and again and again. And they don't lose shape. They don't lose structure. They stay quality. They don't fade. And so you can wear them every single day. Use code SADBOYSEASON to get 20% off all of this stuff at express.com. That's SADBOYSEASON, SZN. For an extra 20% off your purchase online or in the store. You can walk up to them and at the register, just look them dead in the eyes and say, Sad Boy Season, and they give you 20% off. That's express.com or in stores, code Sad Boy Season for 20% off all the essentials and staples in your closet today. I guess the other side of it, though, would be that we would have to do the gambling cave with Tate. Oh. That would be the other side of it. That's not fun either.
I didn't even think about that.
Because that, like I don't want to be in there with the Yankees, fucking weasels, but I don't want to be in there with Tate either. Yeah. That would stink. That guy is not making any friends, huh?
I mean, it seems like he's made a choice.
He's picked his path, yeah,
and it's a viable career path. Be antagonistic, and that's. I don't have any interest in engaging in it, but
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it'll
work out probably.
There's a there's different eras of Barstool and different time periods of your career where it's like there are times where you want to go to war and there are times where you want to do battle and do the antagonistic thing, and then there are times where you just don't. And I think we're both probably at a period where we don't want to. I also just. There's a big part of Barstool that comes from, instilled from Dave in the people and then also the fans of the who works the hardest.
Yeah.
And the reason I was so happy to get a job blogging and get out of the corporate world is to not deal with bullshit like that. And to bring that in, and that's always been a thing, but it's on display with a lot of his stuff where it's like, you come in early and show that there are people not at the office at a time that there are never people at the office.
That is the thing. Like I don't know. Like is like the Chicago New York thing still a thing? But we're in Chicago pretty often. I can take those videos all the fucking time in Chicago. I can take those videos all the time in Chicago.
It's just not a job.
You can take them in any office. In any office. You were talking about who works the hardest? Nobody works that hard.
Everybody's just trying to fucking get their paycheck, and then working hard is, And
I mean that. I don't mean that strictly at Barstool. I mean that in the world.
The world. No, everyone's mailing it in. Everyone's just skating by. And then also working hard is I don't necessarily think it's just drama and picking fights. You'll get views and clicks and attention for it, but it's at some point you have to do something not antagonistic that people enjoy. I think until you do that you haven't made it. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can pick a fight and you can argue with Kelly or Dave or Kirk Minahan or whoever, but then will come a day where it's just that.
Honestly, Minahan's an interesting example. Minahan was the same way when he first started here. Minahan was just nonstop picking fights.
Everybody.
And like
Yeah.
I didn't really start talking to Kirk until he got done
Kinda
with that
stop-
phase.
Yeah, he kind of eventually you run through it, and that's it. Yeah, like at some point it's got to just be like.
And that's not true. Like I talked to Kirk before, but like as a Barstool person, like we didn't really interact with. Not that we interact a ton now, but like he had like his first year here was like always at people, and I was like, he'll get over this.
I laugh about like thinking about like him and his show at one point like being fully consumed by Ellie Schnitt.
Yeah.
It's like he was fighting like K. Marco, Ellie Schnitt, and like Kelly Martin. It's like, what is going on? What are you doing, Kirk? This is craziness. But like I said, there are different. When you first get here, or when you're young, or when you're whatever, there are times where you're like, it's me against the world, or like I'm gonna in a blog war. I've certainly done a million of those.
And there are times when you use like I've said this before, but like when I was doing like links of the day and stuff, like if I could just get Venerable Alfred to say I did a good job, like that.
You want
to me,
one
that's
little
all.
kernel.
That was like I did it, like that, and
and there's for sure. That's why I said there's a sect of the Barstool fans that are like they love to see the video at 9 a.m. when no one's here. When it's like everyone gets here at 10. And I'm sure if you did a video at 10, there wouldn't be that many people either because people are traveling and people are...
And because 20 people work here.
Yeah, there's just not that many people here.
If the argument is our office is too big, agreed. You know what I mean? This office is humongously unnecessary.
Yeah. Right.
Like
there was
sucks.
a time...
I wish I didn't have any say in it, but... Probably didn't need a 10-year lease in 2019. Like, I don't know.
That was a bad no foresight on that one.
With the benefit of hindsight, like, we probably should have known COVID was going to cut off his size in half, and then 3/4 of those people were going to move to Chicago. Then we're going to fire half the people left. 15 people working.
2 floors. Madness.
If the argument we're having is the office is too big, agreed.
Yeah. I mean, there it's just... And then like the horn and the bell thing,
15 content people
is like you can outblog anybody if you really want to do it. You can just sit there and write blogs about every single topic.
If that bell is an ongoing thing, I don't know. If it wasn't for one video and someone doesn't punch him in the face,
that's great.
If you're just trying to work and someone's just ringing a bell, you gotta get
now
hit.
it's an air horn. they threw out the bell and then he went and got an air horn. So in the middle it just. and I get like it is an angle, and I'm sure it'll be on our social media accounts, and I'm sure it'll be on Kirk's show and all that. But it's just like these are the things that I used to talk about hating about the world, and why Barstool was an awesome place was none of that kind of shit happened. And it's like now you're just bringing it in, and I hate you for that. If you just be in a place where there's like a blog, a horn being.
I mean, I hope it's
so I can prove that I wrote more than you that day. It's just like I hate you, dude. You stink.
I hope it's like a nod to Dwight Schrute, but I
don't think it is, man.
It's not really ever someone you want to be like, I hope I'm the Dwight Schrute of the office.
Right. Yeah. It is very Dwight Schrute, but it feels like in a very real sense. 'Cause if it was a Dwight thing, then it is funny. But I think if you really sat down and asked him, he'd be like, I write more blogs than these people, and I'm here more than they are, so it's more important, So it's just like I don't know, man. I'm sure some people like it, and I'm sure it's good for some element of the business, but boy. Do I think it stinks?
Maybe it's like a thing, like how people say like to find your style, you have to like go through a phase of like all the trends.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I said. Like at some point there will come a day where there is not a Kelly to engage with, or the Indians aren't in it. There's no Ohio State playing at the moment, and it's like now write a funny blog or do a video series or podcast or something, And
he probably will.
Yeah,
but
and that just hasn't really happened yet. And so when that hasn't happened, and you're blasting horns in people's faces, but I'm sure it's also getting a big like attaboy from Dave or whoever wants drama and attention and stuff. So that's the way it works. But it kind of stinks.
Did you guys see this, Robbie?
Yo, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like this. I've had this. It's very good, but that's the best looking sandwich I've ever had in my life.
4.3 million views.
What?
On this sandwich.
I didn't realize that was him. I saw that. I didn't realize it was him.
It's just a sandwich.
This is a sandwich.
I used to get them when we were at the old office because we were much closer to Italy then.
Italy is fire.
And they're gas. They're really, really good.
Wait, where was the old office?
27th and Broadway.
Got it.
Yeah, just kind of basically around the corner from here.
But like one avenue closer. Now like that one avenue walk is
it makes a big difference.
Because Italy is like what 24th and Broadway.
It's on the
something like that.
It's approaching the east side.
23rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing I have, I called. I'm at 1:30. I'm going to teach Dana Beers.
This was so funny. I thought maybe you guys were in the office when he called me. It was too late at night, but I was praying that this was recorded. These are the moments where I'm just like, I wish we had a reality cameras following us everywhere because this was so genuine and so funny.
Dana has his teaching series with Francis. Francis is in Hawaii with foreplay, and they got to put out a video. Dana texts me. He's like, "Yo, will you be my substitute teacher for Francis?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude."
What's that series called?
I actually don't.
Yeah, I don't even know how it has a name, but it's just like Francis teaching Dana grammar and elementary school like topics and knowledge and stuff like that.
Yeah, and he was like, "Would you fill in for me for Francis?" And I was like, "I'd love to. Like, I love Dana." And what's it called? It's just Dana teaching. It's always on Dana's YouTube.
Yeah, I think it's just Francis Teaches.
It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And I agreed very quickly. Like as soon as he asked, I was like, because he asked me yesterday, he's like, "Can we do it yesterday?" And I said, "I can't, but if you can wait for me, like I'd love to do it if we can do it Wednesday." And he said, "Sure." And then he texted me on my way to, we had an out of order shoot yesterday, and I just didn't think about it. Like I didn't think about it. I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll have to do that, whatever." And then I got home last night and was like, "Wait, what do I know to teach Dana? I don't know anything." So I called my mom and I was like, and she's like, "Why don't you teach him how to play?"
Crazy.
She's like, "This was crazy." She's like, "Why don't you teach him how to play hockey?" And I was like, "Well, that's not a thing." You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna need a lot more than 20 minutes for that, and it's not really something you can just teach. She's like, "We'll teach him how to run a play." I'm like, "I don't know how to run a hockey play. Just fucking dump it deep, cycle the puck." Like,
It's on net.
Like, it really is. Like, it's as jokey as Dave's is. Like, that's the fucking game. It's pretty easy. And then she's like going through some other things of like, "Why don't you teach him this?" She's just in her office looking around, reading things. Yeah. And she's like, "What about puzzles?" What do you mean teach them puzzles, Mom? And then she's like, "How about compound nouns?" I was like, I don't know what a compound noun is, so I can't. She's like, "Well, it's like a gaggle of geese, John." I was like, "What does that mean, Mom?" She's like, it's how many geese there are.
The
Geese are the
gaggle is the
noun. The
number.
gaggle is the number. It's a compound noun. And then she's texting me.
Jackie, I don't know.
Dude, she texted me this book after our phone call, and she's like, not even. Just like, gee, you use collective nouns, not compound nouns. Collective nouns.
I laughed when you told me this, and I thought it was crazy. Now that you're saying it, maybe you got to teach him collective nouns.
Yeah.
But then, since she wasn't helpful, I called Kevin, and I was just like, "What do I know?"
It was like 10 o'clock at night, whatever it was. I was like watching a movie. I pressed pause, and he goes, "Yo, do I know things?" And I said, "What?" He goes, "Is there anything that I know?" I was like, "What is this question?"
Like when you think of John,
stuff?
like, "Oh, Feits knows about that." Like, is there anything? And he was like, "No, there's
nothing." But I don't think there's anything for me either. Like, that's not a knock on him. It's just like, what do we do? Yeah. What do we know? I know nothing.
And I'm fine with that. Every other day of my life except today, because I have to teach them something.
You have to have something specific.
I'm not going
Jack
around
of all trades, master of none is fine for life.
I wish I knew blank. Like, I don't know. I don't know shit, and I'm fine with that. But now I have to teach something. So I after our call, I reached out to Francis, and I was like, "Yo, Frankie boy, how do you like come up with your lesson plans and stuff like that?" And then he gave me some examples, and he had one text. It was so funny. He just goes, just choose something fun and then do a little reading on it. You could do the Massachusetts Tea Party. And then next text, given that you're from there. And I was like, all right, friend, I know where I'm fucking from, at least. And it was so perfectly French, because I don't even think he was trying to be an asshole about it. It's like, given that you're from there, I know where the fuck I'm from, all right? I don't know nothing. I know something. I just don't know anything well enough to teach it. But anyway, because then he gave me an idea, and I took it. It's the Salem Witch Trials. He's like teaching about the Salem Witch Trials. So last night, I actually studied for like 4 hours last night. Like I got tons of notes. I got all kinds of stuff. I am a huge Salem Witch Trials guy.
You talk about it a good amount.
Well, well, here's the deal. I've learned about it. My opinion on the Salem Witch Trials has changed. I'm not going to give it to you right now because I feel bad that I learned it for his video.
You don't want to spoil that.
If I spoil that.
Okay.
So either watch that video when it comes out, or I will be talking about it a lot in the future. So you'll hear it.
It's my only thing now.
I'm going to become like, it's like it's gonna be 30 years down the road, and my buddies are gonna like see me engage in a hot conversation at dinner. And they're gonna be like, "Oh no,
he's doing the witch trials."
Did you bring up the witch trials?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they did, Pat. They brought the fucking witch trials."
When you say your opinion changed, I'd have to imagine it went from pro to negative or negative to pro, right?
It went from I was pretty anti to like, you know what? It wasn't so bad.
I knew.
It went from like that was crazy we did that to okay, it was a small incident, and honestly, we all kind of figured it out pretty quick, and good for us.
Can you just give us like a little taste? Of,
there was like one big one, right? Like early one where we.
It was really more of an example of mass hysteria, and it was.
It was like one girl learned how to read.
It was like, no, it was none of that. It was none of that. It was no like chicks knew how to do math, so they killed them or anything like that. It was really more like they wore black, which is worse. And it was really not that many people. Really not that many people. Like,
how many would you say?
14 women, 5 guys. Like so,
I didn't know there were guys.
Yeah, the silent sufferers of the witchcraft movement was the 25% of the victims were men.
Yeah, but we have like 70 documentaries on Dahmer, and like we're like,
those are made for women, Jackie.
Yeah, you guys like those.
I don't give a fuck about that.
You guys love the Dahmer shit.
But I'm saying like.
Don't you try to tell me that when men get killed, it gets covered more than when women get killed.
No. I'm saying that he killed probably like how many people did he kill?
Dahmer?
He didn't kill that many.
No, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And we look at that like that was really fucked up.
Oh no, wait, I'm thinking of Kaczynski. I think Dahmer had a good.
I would say he's like 30-40, more than witch trials for sure.
Really?
Really?
17. Yeah, I was gonna say teens.
70 boys.
So he's about a witch trial.
Yeah,
he's about a witch trial.
Dahmer's
and we have
about a
like
witch trial. Listen, one girl gets kidnapped, and we talk about it for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that's fair.
And this is going to be the last spoiler I give for Salem Witch Trials. Humongously important moment in American history. So, like, I'm sorry that those 14 women, 5 men had to die, but humongously important moment in the foundation of the bedrock of America. Because that...
So you're saying you gotta crack a few eggs.
You gotta crack a few eggs.
Yeah.
You gotta crack a few eggs.
Yeah.
Because really, historians believe that was really the death of theocracy in America. So it was kind of the birth of democracy.
Wait, sorry, the death of what?
Theocracy, like
religion runs your government.
Yeah, like they were all the Pilgrims and the Puritans who came over, and they still believed in they were ran by ministers, and the Massachusetts Bay Colony was run by ministers, and that was kind of the end of like, we can't be believing God stuff because
it gets a little silly.
It gets a little crazy.
Yeah. Like, whoa, we got a little out of hand there. Yeah. I can't believe there were dudes.
What's that?
I can't believe there were dudes.
Yeah. 5 men were killed. So 5 men were
they called witches?
Yeah. And they were hung, so they were executed is the word I was looking for. And then another one, because basically when they...
You gotta save it.
Gotta save it.
But I need like a Netflix documentary called like The 5 Witches, and I want justice for those fucking guys.
They were just really feminine.
I ain't never heard about dudes getting killed in the witch trials. God damn, man.
Now you're interested in the witch trials.
I've always been interested in. I think Salem is cool. I think that whole vibe is like I know it's like a super touristy thing, but I would like to do Salem in the fall is a cool vibe.
Don't drive.
Why?
Because they have like 400 parking spots in the whole town.
Right. It's like there's just like tens of thousands of people descend upon this like little teeny tiny
Fun
town.
fact: Salem Witch Trials didn't happen in Salem.
This guy's gonna crush it.
Happened in Salem. It's current day Massachusetts in Danvers, Mass. Salem, Mass was known as Salem Town at the time, and boy did they fucking hate each other. Salem and Salem Town, not fans
Dana
of
is
each
going to
other.
be, he's in for a treat.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.